and so I live for some TV our brand open no ya the latest and our foreign eba wonum say nyame ya duma ya na wie ana dwumadi fan say community showdown no and no and so ababa so we ya match womo je Premier League Ghana George FA Cup no and some I last season our brand ya dwumadi and also I catching race archers and nyina no nsem no ya the update no more eba o kai say enra me the manager fan say Ten Hag gono and coach boboku ya fan say man you ensem no more now so and no pay no ya besa to so na archers they also second biano ya diano and so adia ba nyame ya no botena and so akọ nyina no na archers matches I was no and some about boss no nyame ya duma aye next week Friday and archers season proper no and I shall see our Italy afei La Liga ababa so ne can say Premier League you know and so ababa so our major European League centers ni nyina no and some other starting nyame ya no and so aye next week na mom enra mama fan to am so matches awodo and no some about so our ne can say friendless ni nyina mo no and no some let me Barcelona no pay no ya baby hu adwuma ansana later ya de dia wo say eba ni nyina no so dia ba na ya dem say bobo kwan for say Real Madrid domo and Atalanta our Super Cup na eno Atalanta team no wo some na kokobo game Emerson Poli and some na twa omo ni nyina no say amanfo bi our GDS ebia coach na ya for say Jean Piero Gasparini won shede e man boys na informa ho den and some na kwa eno match na sense eno de no I just friendly game na mom wo game a ball archers and ya dwumadia ya for say UEFA Super Cup our brasa game and no abaso ni nyina no wo so ana Real Madrid na bonte enro wo lose 3-0 ama saita ya for say some Poli and I game enro no and no some abaso and watching Newcastle United wo share 4 ama Girona wo some 90 antebe abranta one so Sean Longstaff no about first goal Jacob Murphy about second goal Anthony Gordon about third goal and Sean Longstaff no and some about chrono match Samra wo some nya 4 amano kasano and some update about some ni nyina no ya de amiete for enro boboku ya fans of Brentford our Premier League no wo some other side ya fans of Wolfsburg boy wo some about 4-4 na enro boboku so Brentford obo goals no aya Brian Imboimo ono about first goal Juan Wisa and some about second goal we benya Matthias Jansen about third and Sana aya Kevin Shade ayo bi ono and some not about course ama side ya fans of Brentford and aya game enro no and some about our Brennano Peno ya den update ni nyina tepa na James kan sese and James kan nyina no and some others our Tottenham report James kan say Tottenham team no and some amobasa kwotana ya fans Dominic Solanke almost afa na okay somebody can about to just say akwana ne fans Solanke ejani nyina no almost some abetimi awie na ne nyina no sa kwotana ya fans Solanke eba be nia ya fans record saying and some amasaida ya fans Tottenham and Sampo wo some atwane de na free Bournemouth and some abaya boden and just a Bournemouth team no wo je eba ma boy no and some abetimi ai record sale and some adama Bournemouth boboku no na report to me second say and some other jaba sa kwata no wo so awie na Jamian say Solanke in a medical and some our Tottenham area was signing a contract and some other team no £65 million I know and some other PM side your fans of Bournemouth our brass are saying in England no I could know some match me now what I'm saying now I'm a friendly match I was a Barcelona I bobo Cavani say Tottenham woman some other Bamunchin and a babo what can say and Rame catch us bobo Kua your fans are buying for no woman some other boy yes I game our branding no medical amount data na Jamian said na yes Tottenham for ayo madwen say we bros game eba so and our stadium no one share na make announcement no ama chese we asin nyina so what say akwadana ye fan say Solanke and some other ball ama Tottenham boboku no and to our brand omo ba mo china ba friendly game the same day and it just the same time no the same stadium an announcement I was ba and no aba confirm ama ye akwadano and some other journey Tottenham no and no and so betimi aba and no kakra fi omaso ye and some na eba wa bra ho sam ni nyina no ye de ema ye to for anano pay and some our shorts we latest na ye de bia kwa edama dia kan nyina no ye baba so at the update no more and some na jaba na Jamian no se enra Olympic Games adwumadi aba so ni nyina no ye dem say Spain amai no wo so na je ade so mo na so ba no footballer wo kan say me tro enra say when also bet me for the first time Europe about Kate dominance as Latin America as South America for no woman some our near fanasa and gold medal as a footballer now as a catch and was say Argentina for the Brazil for no 2-2 each as a Mexico communano I'm some abashisham Emra Spain amino woman some agenda almost started woman criticize a coach na your father says Theory Henry M. Sanrano or because you started bra first time now Spain mino woman some atrum 3-1 you started game and Chabia and a brand Tavanasa Enzo Melo one about first goal out of my France Ayana 23 now just about 11 minutes per and a Cobas Enzo Melo and some about first goal and some about France Olympic team 7 minutes later Family Lopez Abate no one does how could Yana just overall. What also Amano Bosso in our Olympic Games. One much media no some about Swasan Sakwadaro Matumba. What also about our tone in the mono and some our sorrow and family personal. One restore parity Adama Adessa Spain. One also Timono Yabanya family persabium. One about second go and watch a player. Your fans Alex Baina at about Kusos about first half area. Not just I 3-1. Now I'm about second half Yababi game 79th minute and a player na your fan some Magnus Akluge and some Atekano Bako and send a 90+3 and a Jean Philippe Mateta and some other penalty and some Alavo Pekin Emma Maya your fan some France Omoko extra 100 minutes now Sergio Camelo and some abo go Ama Spain Sergio Camelo and some 120+1 and some Ama Spain and a Sasero Hori Alzu Gamino and some other Santiago Daniel Sanchez and a coach in Spain. One some Olympic team amateur Sandra Jumedia and some Barcelona player Bakua. One also stand out and some Ayakodana. Your friend family Lopez our Bramano Casino. One some at gold medal and so Adiama Spain. I can say the last time I come Serbia European country and some at gold medal and some 1992. Our Kokobasa na Chester Spain for one some other J and Barcelona 92 and a Cobas Olympic Games of Barcelona. One more so for the first time. Since 1992 no I fame and I'm on Sababaje a gold medal and some other woman also na Adiba Konosem. And Kadana, woman, what in our tournament in what can I family Lopeza, what can Michael Olise, so to Bamuntina, or in front of some Max Airbal, and some director, Adama Bamunchibokono, now Max Airbal was say, meaning to congratulate Akadana, your father, some Michael Olise, Sansa, and Montaba Kodanapo, and some other French national team, our bra, were just so funny in Omutidi Abasa Kodano, Omanyano, one of some bo amatim. Na omutiri abasa mojoba akwana bono adese gold papa boy no any gold ayepa ewa bra akwana na free na kobia no se ba se bia boy na adwane bamuntina na chasa Michael Olise motompono eno som abe to se gold adama bamuntintim no na wa bra make se Spain wo som dominate ewa bra currently about se footballer omo ana chasa wi asen kam ye say wo mo titles ni nyina no ensom akwa Spain esanse ban se mema FM woman Euros a Spain amino woman Anachas and Aria woman Baji Euros esu omonaso and wache yaka emanensua emanosu Euros and some our Spain woman so ensem ebana se emema Olympic Games emema no amaju gold medal enra and wache ebana emema no ayade se Nations League enra no ayade so amaju Olympic gold medal no Nations League already woman so agene dada ebana se emanensua woman kita emana Nations League ebiam aya U19 ememan our Euros no woman some aje U19 emana fam and some aya Euros no ni nyina some our Spain achasa title be a Darius our Euro party akamia sanom ababedi ayo minor ye fan say aya Spain woman some ansem our bram no kase no enom update eba ho sem ni nyina no ye de ema ye tofa enano pay and some our show so ye kan no wonim say aya dan Jumedia, your fan self finalissima, Ababaso Sans Argentina for no woman and a J World Cup, Emma Spain, Macachos and Euros, almost from Anna J. Now Castle the first edition Air Barcelona, Yabena Argentina, woman and some Anna Chasomea, your fan say Italy a boy, Emma Chas Argentina for no try. Now finalissima, I was a bus way, and some other Copa America, Jumedia, Argentina for coach and watch a World Cup, no, at some our Monsem. Now, Jamina say, yes, Football Federation Adam Argentina. Woman some area kwako to aye konme ball. And then perform can be o manim san kabaya. Woman shana can be asa dwumade no. Woman memra some our stadium na. Your fans al monumental essence eho and a River Plate abomo ball. Woman say the first edition aba so and some now Europe dia. This time your fan ko aye South America. Nan yan River Plate omo fie a chesanum aye monumental stadium no. Yan konkobo sa match na ewo ho. Report to American Canadian Comediano and some I shall say good for our cost one day as to say beyond performer Chelsea. I'm of course our South America and I see a best stage our Europe and I am commandment no Casano shall see ya day update in Alba. Now boss are quitting your father's a family purse Udum Sandra boss are for say you want to just a Olympic Games na womo akwa gina enro ya no womo tiri e basa La Masia awon kwada mako 7 some down na Manchester Spain womo so etim ni mo na Femi Lopez nom ane chese Eric Garcia ne Paul Kubas nom ane chese kwada bi omo nyina mra bi atwam na omo ye adwuma de ma La Masia ne nei omo say awasamo de respect ama chese academia and also ay La Masia de no na report to me say kan say kwada na ye fa say Femi Lopez no wodum say boss for say boy no contract ebewu nyame ya doma aye 2027 next our 3 more years on the contract and so na mo me no ka say the boss for no wo ma say come ho biem adeba come nim ya pa aye player ne ba clause omo say Femi Lopez aye obi a was say na ma me ni come Xavi Crabas once wo can say Xavi before so ma be pam Xavi no wonom ana introduce akwadana your friend Femi Lopez Lamine Jamanum and Paul Kubasi Emma me kai one game owura fa Xavi abeka say Femi Lopez no we betimi at the boy no akọ war na chese bia ban sa ko bombo to chese enom na bia in football terms you can say bia war match more DNA tin so e bia kekra ukọ war was him or the Femi Lopez and abeko no one that sa kona na chese mpa na ne din our bra boy no dwumadi akọkọdi and some ama Spain our dwumadi ye fa so Olympics no aye kama pa na the American nyina say bonsa yes so so say point 1 one more extended a contract and free a year 2027 and some other question and what he almost a point is kasam one some number so pajam now for the bar clause as of now and some agenda 400 million euros yes a 400 million sanka yes almost so piema one the 1 billion euros into basa there one kwada no mu bobo kakra bi na mo ya no mambam 1 billion our brother me sankano and it's a family person so there no and some other call 1 billion euros our brother and some iron come FC Barcelona and some other so mudi na Jamaica nyina say kwada me say one kasa krano Uncle Joe was over Quaquajina 1 week pet. Well, Uncle Debia holidays and now a now I joined Barcelona and Pomo training sessions in Yano. What was some Aquabi and I Femi Lopez and no Oria and Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia so see Yamiadama Sunday. What was some other Zumu training in our Barcelona. Now Sunday I walk no one more match and annual Friday and then I Saturday. Watching I Sunday Tianim Sebi I watching Sunday and a sample Yamiadama next week Sunday and a player your fans Eric Garcia and some Acadian resource at your Sunday and Chabachaba Sabia Garcia cried here Uncle Bian Conco General Sansa what the match fitness ever says anymore about Amanumas Ayakama and some other Matimino now Eric Garcia say one on answer flick I didn't come now come on flick at the messages what my exchanging in Yano I'm not on one Casani that's what I'm not almost 100% sure so I stay at the Amabokua your fan FC Barcelona ewa brama no kaseno and some like the free player na your fan Eric Garcia swear and some like the Eba Sansam no yet the Emma ye tell for another play and some our show no so stories near more ye knew your crave your Olympics said you're friend and maybe ba a young Madrid then Barca no my free I let you come on just a transcend some na ye did ya can in our job on him say me no kase a idea sir on my just on I just on my your fan say Kenya woman kwa jana say Ethiopia woman akwa a gold medal anopaya we aye sheshe the tennis abrontiana your friend said Tamirat Tola one and gold our member from way and some aye jumedia just yes a record kwana just one and some aye sense member marathon marathon e Barcelona piano abrontiana said Tamirat Tola and some akwa gold medal and some Ethiopia I know what but the last time about say Ethiopia and some gold medal our near your friend said marathon and 24 years ago now just a year 2000 and about say Ethiopia and some gold medal and I update about for Algeria about one amount for someone chance or Bema I have found say money and I say Imani Caliph Imani Caliph akwa gold our boxing and man of them when some 66 kg category just a mameno and some akwa gold medal and you see now so Jamaica can say way and some like the first gold medal and my Algeria man our just a mano one some from our boxing and watching I said the first gold medal our ma any member from I yes since 1996 and my maya your friends Algerian team money and some akwaje our Brahman for say or your Bama so your Bama so your bow almost say or your bar or no and some and gold medal our bra I yes 66 kg boxing a man from no and some adama team no and that mean say we are fana nyina no wo bia be pa bia onum sa deba kon say wo ko aye basketball e man no yaba benya US and France and mama US and France into a crowd here and you can say a golden double header I just a golden double header no France against US against France our man member in our basketball and then about 7:30 and I just a basketball manager no and as about US of A and some about a Jumedia no and some team France about France omu team no omu ho hene pa mo ha adwen na adia ba kono say and na mete say yes US for no so make change ben and US abeso mo ya report to me say kan nyina no say wo mo sem amobeso rua ye fa say Kevin Durant start here na dwi and some game no na Drew Holiday every bench and eba ni nyina no say omo tiri eba say one owura fa say Durant no wonom aye all time leading scorer ever back Kevin Durant and dwi Sanya Steve Kerr abeso ye Emma Durant start mpo aye Drew Holiday and some our bench our way as I one change at Sanadrino and some bet me abanya be a US amino one some bet me gold and as saying and a Janus Besia and no Kaka Amaswaya at Abashak Mama Paris and Shama one so crack about game ominent Leipzig and Elbow now manager Fernandez and Ricky one of the squad omni at just a boys and Ashia to say one some about way and some airport our boys no as I couldn't put us some gamer. I was saying no and some Barcelona no and no answer to me about some new saying na your friend says Joe Neves omunino and some our Chesania you can say ya there's a game no more I just no also update and no Mendes Kobe and what is Joe Neves account obanya dano room and what you play na your friend say Pasho one of some Carlos Soler and it just a Bradley Bacola no Osman Dembele Gonzalo Ramos Afei one captain I found some Marquinhos Munina no I'm some Melanskrini and your player you found some Warren Zai and Mirini Vitinha Lee Kan E and Randall Colom one was I got away there I was Ronaldo Fontaine and car never be your message and a winner 1-on-1. I just went to me and forgot to young point. And then your Messi supporters see at some at the Ronaldo just a World Cup title. Woman to see Ronaldo run down column one day. I don't know. Woman, you know, some our South Quad anymore. Woman so quiet. I must have big game, no, and some let me about our Bernardo Peno. Ya day I update them. Mamma Bobo Quay fans a similar Samano Casay. And so I Friday and Rano. Not just Alvaro Morata and some just a Milan wɔn so shop ɛhɔ na gyɛtɛ no sɛ wɔn so dwumadi across and running in a report am nsa kan sɛ ɛna uram ɛwɔ Italy a wɔn sɛ yɛn to dwasa wɔn transfer market no na nkɛbɛ close nyame yɛ adoma 30th August 8 o'clock local time ɔma extension no and can date nebom ɛka time at the time no every 8 o'clock ɛnom ayɛ anadwo ɛnsom ade akwa wɔsi ayɛ 12 midnight ɛno ayɛ extension ɛwɔ abram no kasa no wɔnom ayɛ Federazione Italiano Giorgio Calcio na kyɛsɛ no ɛnsom ayɛ FIGC extension a wɔn som ade ma clubs ɔmo Italy ɛno agye wohwɛ ayɛ time a ɛbansa Brontevan sɛ ɛyɛ Morata ɛnsom ɛwɔ Milan wɔn store wei no ɛnsom ɛwɔ Via Dante na Via Dante ɛnsom ayɛ Dante Street ɛnsom ɛwɔ Milan Monte so hɔ ana Morata ɛwɔ a supporters akɔguasio ɛkyante enti Jason na wɔde pie firi mpoma no mu no wonim sɛ ɔtoma fan baako wɔ fam hɔ sɛ ɔno amfa Jason nkɔ deɛ yɛmfa fiw no kakra bi na Milan fo ni abrɛ pa because supporters no wɔn diri ɛba sɛ Morata ɛbɛboa ma nneɛma atumi akɔ kama.
Sompa Sports, Sompa Sports, Sompa Sports.
Yes, and no, I AC Milan supporters from Kwakuku. I had a Via Dante, and no, I had Dante Street or Milan Montes who are Braquatana. You found some Morata Shasto, Natchez almost so chant a budget so Asia. You did updating in Adaba Morata say, one of the Swama AC Milan, and so you're almost second star. Not just for Inter Milan the target. Now second star answer na benya star ye catch from say. Would you league titles no ma 10. Skideto ayo bako, Skideti ayo plural. Enti wa bra ba beto just Inter. Woma je omo 20th league title. Anom ayo 20 Skideti. Na just omo nya star ni mienu na anu ya beka wa asema ma twam. Na AC Milan so our league no ma 19. Na so omo Skideti no ayo ma 19 ti akoba se bia. Ye start season na AC Milan eje ayeski deto esu omo na so a na che so mo so ba benya star ba ko dia kan o enti Inter ewo 2 stars Milan ewo 1 star omo je league ne dia wo so stars abeya 2 Morata say wonom abaso the second star ebra AC Milan boboku no se answer no baba dwane boboku fa ne Milan anye so fitia no ba ye according to Morata say wono wura fa ne Shevchenko ensom akasai one Alexander Pato ensom adinkomo and was David Beckham enso kasa na omo nyina aka cha ne say Milano and you be an Milan ebo and AC Milan abako sama o maye our football no woman kasanam sa fa kese ni nyina no aye AC Milan ensom ana twere and say kobase bia Milan aba na so no so ngaba so okodia ene ntampa won kono konkobo AC Milan to be sanse you be a and your opportunity to run a ball ensom ama Milan ewa brand yon koma frontier ye fa no say aye chese Morata ne sampa ne fo no me ensa no ensom adie na wodru aye Juventus ademinya no say our friendly game of Etiabobokua, Yefans Atletico Madrid. Report to me, second, sir, Acadios Milik about travel. One squad on the cost Sweden, a whole animal crackabasa game, Redeminian say, I had a contingent, you know, one say Milik about our squad and said a bear, one of some betting about our match in a bay. Now, I'm for player, Yefana Matt Hummels, at Jama, Juve Bobokono, Juve for say, one Matt Hummels, or more Jane, about your margin, Dacrano, and your business player now. You found some Matamos, no, Mabaka Joseph Benfica, Cotana, you found David Neres, Ora, you found Antonio Conte, SM upper now, boy, moving and that Jaminian say, well, bet me about Ben Medical, Yamia Duma, and I next week, and David Neres, no, about Ben Medical, Amabokua, you found a Napoli or your pet, one of them bet me a sign a contract, no, and so I am Napoli Bobo Conafe, and you Lukaku, and your Brantana, you found so Simon a story near, now, as I say, yes. See, we fans Antonio Conte. Yes, or you frustrated as Wobia, when one casa drop program, Adama Lukaku, Amachasa Lukaku, a training, Achasana individual, a training a Lukaku, as I know, woman a drop program, Adama Nafebesi Day, and a Bessina Muntimi Cassam Year, never be a problem, no one else, and say, no poly president, your funds are Aurelio De Laurentiis, and you already say, one of 30 million for Lukaku, 30 million, and your ponso, and your euros, our Bramano Casino, who run a say on trust 30 million, and so Uncle Lukaku and Fanama, and some other problem. No one, me ba a Yabokua, your fans of Barca, and so Ansana, Yamia Dumana, about no Miano and our community showdown, where are your curtain raiser, and about Amra, make a choice, Harry McGrath, and so I a doubtful, our brass Agamene, and Abbas Ebia, Ababo, Ebia Omo, Ebumia out, and Yadikari at 2 and Tata. Now, Jamian Sandra, almost quarter, woman do 2 quite a call, Wambling, report to me, Magua, and some our Sam Manchester squad dynamo, and you Harry McGrath, and watch Bruno Fernandes, over Fanso Jogo Dalo, Lisandro Martinez, and Alejandro Ganacho, Kobe Main Munano, Amusuum, our brass striker, your father said Joshua Zagzi, and some of them, and I said, hey, woman, some about me, but at the same time, not many Jazz fans are, a papa saying. Oh my branch na your father say Haaland emebo into Abra Manchester for priority that one Dino Man City for say omo man Haaland e mo sa game no and what you me say tina no pe kra say you say Jack Grealish so and one man mo because omo de omo nyina ta Chelsea like that we be any abre so you say nyame yadma next weekend and a game no and some about so day one our bridge no so no aye Chelsea and Bobokua your father say Man City and Bobo yes omo de Haaland and Akudana, your father said Grealish, Omunano, and some Quacote. Now you be Pep, as said Openi, and you be answer Ellen Haaland, and Ma. When an area on every place or your father said Haaland, and so our lineup anymore was one and one country Obia, Yentia Pep.
And I don't know. We have alternatives, and we see if we need someone. And we have a very, very good players can play there, and every player, of course, if Erling doesn't play his particular skills, we don't have. He's going to have this replacement, but we have another alternatives, and we'll see until the end of the market if we really need, a striker for just in case make a backup from Erling. But Erling is not going to play all the schedule they have ahead of us, and with all the games he's not able to play all of them, so that's why I have to think about it if you have another solution.
Yes, now just a fashion team says season and your game will be and our branch of fans Ellen Haaland ebet me abonti sene ebia man you abo Manchester derby na game about so say Haaland e man you kwase we no and so akoye news e ma e wa bra me no kase no and so update eba na manager fans papa say adeba koye consent e wo ho and so training ba ku bi say what say man you fa kwa go talk me enu bi abana wo mo ade chese Zagzi and afelani joro and so abani nyina no Zagzidiano Yan Sanamum Euro 62 million euros and Yabian Wate and Arsenal and so the best say 60 million and above Aquacofancodena your father said Ricardo Calafiori at Denaba woman you almost saying and was say any news Nasanka Man City Odia Man City in Kotobi says here Obati assassins hey Oma Kamubia and a city there no more Pompiska gum and a Man City there and no more Pompiska room sitting Kwayabia a news Arsenal ato man you at that sort also be unconscious what you are sitting Christ and never heard you and Toronto I know because Arsenal Arsenal get you closer because last 2 seasons almost bang home last season quite almost bang home pa and Chabasa Yana Yentia Pep
many years have done it many years but it's no news. It's just one city spent money.
But it doesn't concern you ahead of a new season.
Of course I'm concerned for many years how good they are, because every year they are better and better and getting better. So we see Arsenal playing at the same level last season. I saw the game against Leverkusen. They are on fire. They are every year it looks like more difficult. United will be back, but players and everyone won the crown that we have for 4 years. So it's simple as that. I understand it. It's how we defend it. This crown, how we have to do. and we'll see. I'm very pleased with the squad. Very pleased. First, the quality human being and the quality they have as a players. But I said, maybe other years I said no chance, but this season maybe it's going to happen until the end of the market. I don't know yet. We have to.
Yes, and I kakra manager Fanasa Joseph Pep Guardiola, and I'll tell say your dinner accepts Emma your deal for an anno pay, and some our show us our branding something in anno. Your day Bamano Casa report to me say player na your Fanasa Aaron one Bisaka Aobione, what's time and come Rebecca Tro, and then Jaminian said, Manu, but for the bet me, I'm a bueno, and some Johnny what's time and some commoner. One more dinner and your loan better say a permanent deal. I just a once time as an Aquadana, I just a one Bisaka, and so Abaco, and no I update about my manager, and some by Eric Ten Hag. Not an answer, what come or be as what to say over Premier League Gnima. Yenny team be Abaka Sebiono dear, or belonging to the lower class. Nani in understand the Premier League Gnima so be any bo will be a J and a club will be any one, and some just our Premier League Gnimo, and not Jabba Conos or more decay. I just so much a young Manchester Mono. I want to man you ever send Kakan Kakrano. Wamusum Nabet me a project a gap now, and no air between Bobo Queer Fransa Manchu, and some any Abia Arsenal num, and Ansabia Man City num, and just a Liverpool num, Manu Fana train say. Wamusum Nabet me a project a yes, I gap bueno, a Premier League race, Nankasanum, a Bonasabia Cup games. I didn't say last 2 seasons, Wamuche Carabao, last season, Wamusha Man City. FA Cup no and Tabana Cup games in the Manchester Hono Wamusum for Wunia Grokra I just a man you best fight TBM said a bear Wamusum Abaje Cup Saud be and some ideas woman also report to me and some Manshu woman you on transfers no metis a 1 woman that super central defender and I felt 2 a right back Essensa one Bisaka Ekwaho and a Sama Matai Zelet and Nusayu Masrawi Wamusum common Esa Bamino a be a Manju up a midfielder and Adamesa can say how crowded Yasoma prioritize you up and I just a Fifono a young Manchester Papa a BM answer and say Manu and your left backer Wamusu Abaton Ama Jeminyano, and say I'm for Linke, Mario Hermoso, say Manchester Foninia Omobefa, Jeminyano say Manu for no more, won't to mean can't be. Woman so won't to mean and yes, I say be abet me yesi. Our brand air player na your found some Mario Hermoso and so January branding nano and some update ever. Now could I find some Marcus Rashford and you be some manager found sa 10 Gasa Openi na a dear panasi because the same player last 2 seasons now was so ja. Long season and Koye and was answer a player be Ebebo Modeno, every Osa player Nankasa, every club no, every Noma Dropi, and as a player be and some she a Chawata, every player no, as every club and part of Fontinano, and you remember sister, and you remember change, I'm a new manino, and some Abaya fine, I'm a Quadana, your friend Marcus Rashford, many channel, and some Akasa Kakra.
I think the rest is we have all seen in the tour, he's very lively.
Sompa Sports.
I think in a very good shape already. And yeah, we expect a lot, as we expect from the whole team a lot this season. Again, there are so many suggestions around Manchester United around this team, and so we know the truth. And he is working very good, very hard, very engaged, and he's very ambitious and motivated to make it a very good season. There's so many reasons.
Yes, not just a point of motivation. I was through our brand. I mean, season and also start. I'm you and I Kasani. You know, one episode a very good season. I know I have some manager and attitude. I want him to play now. You found some Martins of Mendy Asama made it. To Johnny, you know, they say, Banasa, Real Sociedad, Quatano, yes, we meant the weekend, and I'll be making a decision. Also, make a choice and become Merino. Sociedad, January today, one normal and to Arsenal, and also be Mendy, a boy Biono to Liverpool, Omadana Koi, at a some Cracabo Union Berlin, and so a game. Now, German can say, yes, Omadia Basabueno, I had Liverpool, Obaba, and a Dominion as a process, a good for our crossing, you know, Liverpool manager, France, Arena. a slot ono ene cheso owura fansa Richard Hughes omumie no ene so ma ka mo ntama ba no a cheso mo fight se kwambia so akoda we awoso oba na Jaminya no se Liverpool manager ye fansa an a slot our jire be se boy we ene the missing piece our bobokua ye fansa Liverpool omunya na masa amanfo nyina ye na ye say privately manager no jire be say e won say Jurgen Klopp abaye adwuma o ontimi mbo Klopp adwuma ntungu because 30 years no munji Premier League ni da Klopp ebe breakis James ebe J and watch Champions League wasani bi mamo na mum e free na kuna bon sampa ye fra bi ball say bi ade kan say ball no afei ana mo ba hwe ball a chese ne nyina no ensom ayenkoma akoso na sociedad for na yo ma twen say anka boy ne stay na mum pagya ne sikasem eman sikasem ne say wo mama onu supplement the highest paid player ensom awo sociedad na so boy ne gidi e ba se ba bia ba bedru no enye sika o enye bibia na yesika djuba bia em say unya sa platform no ensom na dey wade san say nye obia and nya chance ebobo enso our unfold our brono so ogide say oba wonu na sexy ba be sin na so a cha say boy no so na be so oba eno aye update ba me no ka say Chelsea ebe start season we ebe sin de yenya share sponsor a cha say no de be da just nanim no wo munya buka last season sa na duru ba say later wo musum ebe nya bie na makukura ya shero afanma me anura wo muso ye guard of honor emano na ninyina no say kukura aye champion of Europe ewa boy no ensom account ana Spain akwachi Euros no modemo no na ewa soro pantway aye guard of honor a chese boys no ensom na dem o teammate eno aye update ba yenka bi hye mo enu anwumra adeba na ye bete sa akodan na wo born board ma Pedro Neto yesi Chelsea for awie boy no be medical it was so quick a chese bibia akoso wan ye tie no so boy no wo ma wie say na chese Chelsea afachire akobako amoma rejected womu komienu ama Wolves are rejected they toso miensa no ana Chelsea quest already mo kasa come the players ebe kan wona mpan for say daye yes ka dia ya dio ento mo yeso metues kan no ana ma Pedro Neto announcement ba ye me no kasa enura obedu London ana no pa ye be wura studios no na report am say kan say winger edema boboku a ye fan say Wolves ano aye Pedro Neto Portugal ya kwata no wonom ashase aye ne medical enso our Chelsea enchebia no announcement and so ababa boy aba signing 6 years contract or signing 6 years area until 2030 option of another year at the number 2031 and I deal na unum dia say dia ma Chelsea for ya dan pa me akra me hu say bibia ti say baba because we can say Chelsea and the Wolves wo mo be share Chelsea 4-2 bi I was Stamford Bridge season the twam ya na Pochettino e coach Masa akra na footballer na Chelsea different as who say che wo football no mo kwatire na yese honom ana Chelsea mpanfo no who say wo ka Matheus Cunha ono enya hat-trick na mom yese Matheus Cunha hat-trick na kwa no enya nom ana na Chelsea ebia hia boy na kasa modumpo wo mo 4 goals na ho bom yenum a Chelsea wo ka na 2 goals bi aba ye yese nya Chelsea ya no nko a ebia Chelsea no masa no mo nya ade ana obehwe mo ye sa ne mo nyina fei and what Chelsea drew other bigger teams no ma say be a game against Liverpool one games against Man City no and some an Arsenal mo na akoda no tempo no and some awosoro no tie ho ana mo twere ne di eto was akoda kwan bia so ye be fa no se nwa e de boy no and some aba no one say na me no ka say no wo mo so ade akoda na fa no se Pedro Neto and some aba na tie some say Chelsea players near 40 45 and just 43 am doso na say doso me boa Chelsea mpan for say yen kan cham still space eda so wom musika nyrai ati wo mo still o mo da so I was space I wo o mo team ni mo enti o mo beto bi ya shem o ka se na say wo ka nas o ka se me be ka sa ataso mo nya omoro drum me be ka sa still wo mo sem akam yenu winger baako ana striker baako winger ni ne striker be ka trust ataso ayo Simen me no ka se bibia betimi yasi e wa bro Simen so me betimi aba be ka still no wo mo see space ataso wom na ama Raheem Sterling yes Juventus for say here mo fa Sterling na mra na Juve for say wo mo nka so mo beto ene mo fa ne fam ye say bia abuso mam de a mo fa ne my loan adem say kan nyina say loan do no wo mo so my wadem say bia akoda no enso betimi aba aye Juventus on loan and I update about Mikel Merino yes ne move to Arsenal nyame yarma next to come be wie Mekatro enwa say boy no on chance Arsenal panifo no enso awia ne say no aye Mika Marino yesi nyame yarma next week no mo enso betimi awia amanoma so e kama fei ye ba aye Spain ye update ne ba Shadrack mame aye Camp Nou stadium masa Camp Nou tekishepo kakran on say the project ne sia kwakwe omu wi om stadium na on ebe fe brutal na abrofo no wo ma je ba ko ne say o se e bia de wo dae and be our delivery yadema on the onya enie na ombeti kan kire say bia sei ana picture na ye ebesi akwa ampa omuwi a sana stadium no beko Santiago Bernabeu omuwi ye same bouncer edi come e so omuwi stadium na be ye fe e ma be kan lighting and chesensensam bi kire wo munya nwie kwa na Chris epeja na de no ensom anyoma so wo sade no take shape ba colors ashase bam a chese bouncer come new maso omuwi stadium we de wo top players brutal because a discount corner ba na mame anopa ya boys na ba draw mu training grounds answer nay wo mu lead 2 hours into about 6 hour Ghana at 8 o'clock hours per me no ka say Danny Olmo where training where I no pay timer Frankie the Young Padri and Gavi omumia sabatu Bausa wamum Sports City and a washano na Danny Olmo general report amenya senya me santacion prioritario na just a priority presentation o ebia we I lami yamana ye ni abajo so no pie no aba testegan no pie no aba sabia na nyame ya duma wom say Monday omudwumade no nyina e no menim say Bausa for no be frustrated na jaminya no say Bausa for no say Wobia mekashi se bia kwara na betena be bawo enti omo de nim ane se boy na aye dia wono ensom betemi adwani boboku a ye fa no se Barcelona se wonum se nanka Barca amo pe midfielder ni nyina no aye Chelsea akodan na ye fa no Kana Chuku Emeka onim ball no banka sa kwara na middle okita ball e drive ball aye pra ane na edina Chelsea fa na free Aston Villa dena baro bia wo dwuma akoda we etimi ball Namom yasi wabre kobasa ayesa aye makasado ene chese bena no achi wo muti wo aye precision mu no eno enema do na kuli down na Chelsea for so mo de achi okwa ye bia be 30 35 million pounds also munya nanka Barca de nya nkomo papa sanse manager no sunya kwara na nko behia no agemi nya no se kasado ene benal ana ma chese nei se do no entimi maso no ensom aye update about Rafinha no Saudi Arabia se bama bra na wo ba sikana bounce dema no yere beba premier so Tom Rafinha se me tuomo so tetete Rafinha so ni baby akwa ne ono na mo beton no na mo dia run mutim dia nka beka because obia reata so say ayanda new coach I fan say Hans Flick obia ensom na be so impress aye manager no enom ay kakra eba na Real Madrid eno aye nyame nkwanke ante asempa akwara na me beka say won ba extend a contract ameka say no ball at say Sergio Ramos ye fan no aye Juan Martinez no wonum say boy na no be to just wo praleta kra de ebi beka say bia eye betimi ACL na so betimi akobitu be say 6 months ekobe say 9 months boy na betena fie amache sanka be ha dwempa na so later abone betu dwa say boy no damage bia ni ho a eno so akose ye enti dia menya no sense no enwa yeso wo ko hospital kra no Antonio Rudiger ene koi Antonio Rudiger asan ni free hospital abesin kofie na chese Rudiger no wafa akoda ne se ninu yakuma ache so no ensum ensi akoda no from kwantenu a Real Madrid for him assurances kakra ba wa brana nkomo ni nyina no se boy no anya damage bia no ligament damage mi emo obetena fly recover de me nya no se enkoda ne team no yes abelwa no ahwe mo pa because na nkomo tiri e pa se wo mo season no ba start akoda we ebe ye leader our Madrid enkoda ne mo na Real Madrid for prepare for Jumedia ye fa no Super Cup final Super Cup no ensum na ye Europe woman training session asan ba so enro bia me na no pe kra no woman start training masa afedie remember dem kwara ne kwam di ka wo mo camera ntimi capture capture na as a hwe no matwam hwe no as a car be say twona masa they say do madani oh say that yes we reference Antonio Pintus insano adwuma ne bi nie yes o madani Spider-Man e wo bra Real Madrid den kwada ne ya adwuma den masa afidie am say Hans Flick ayesa de hianam aya hoode o Barcelona Now so Antonio Pintusa, Nidian Aya ahoden muli. I just a mother than Quadan and just American Diamasa, Womu Kobia, just no, I update Tabamoso Mate, Sam Manager Fans Ancelotti say, one Abaso Momo bought Champions League final, and a statue Super Cabinet Sana Bacodia, Mbappe. Ebe free bench and abana me don't swear set on cruise anywhere and tell you about you push it Mbappe na enya mo say Mbappe be free bench and abaha because I feel one started training near Dianti and I'm say the city our brown so nyina no ye de ema ye for ene anopai life and some our show no so ye me na afia na discussion table no so na ye me din komo
I don't know. We have alternatives, and we see if we need someone. And we have a very, very good players can play there, and every player, of course, if you Erling doesn't play his particular skills, we don't have. He's have this replacement, but we have an.
Meza na BBI find it.
Experience fancy BBI boko.
Just a week away from a new season.
Of course, yes, definitely. Let me see BBI want to tofu with the
Sharak bet me I check my Twitter handle on my penny video be that ho. I was a boys na ya na boko efficacy no bet we hono. Omukona nye na mo hwebona na style sanka Sharak bet me dia mam na nke de no start here discussion ka me pepa. Because when me say season away from and I say week away from say be starting new season and then so so you boy na de bi ma ya na akwa ha adwe
you boy na de na say pressure be amafo sika be hye ebisu be nyam faso ye duru ni de
o sha check me Twitter and o me pin
me say ebi be nyam faso ebisu de be hye sika no ayede ahye fancy interestingly my entry for near for akwa family some passports in anope na my special shout out to Kwadwo Frani ono ewo United Kingdom na on face show no eni agrokra Kwadwo Frani tembia na ne da wase Douglas Costa Mone Beremo Wusu able phones for the boys no go PZ ni nyina no special shout out to the boys.
Yes, what kind of yes. Reverend Evangelist Lord Kenya Papa Nana at Kenya.
Yes,
Heroes Park.
Correct.
Stadium Barbara and T. Oh
yes.
We Lord Kenya Reverend Evangelist Lord Kenya.
Quick. Elder Kennedy Amwako, aka Elder Fancy.
Asa shakwanya video na fama me na meza and share real quick. Okay, boys in here.
6 no wasa. O tiri ma long pass. O tiri take. O tiri ma through pass. O ma the pass na no ofamu obo no so. Ofamu 2 ni 3 o tiri no overlap. That 2 ni 3 no. O tiri no overlap. Good save. Go question. Oh, the boy am a play. Oh, the boy. I am a play. What for? Oh, the boy. I am a play. They want to grab it.
Fambo. Says no man boy to be but Fambo.
You know Fambo ball so. Fambo ball be deep Pedro to her.
I know Fambo
for them Fambo.
I know Fambo ball so Fambo.
Who had the boy am and them. Matches no cross one show on your master of your Japan or Honor Kumawu. 6 no 3 long pass. Shut up, man, back on coming up. Yeah, now. You have to be on yesterday. 6
no wasa. O tiri ma long pass. O tiri take. O tiri ma through pass. O ma the pass na no Ofamu obo no so. Ofamu 2 ni 3 o tiri no overlap. That 2 ni 3 no. O tiri no overlap. Good save. Go question. Oh, the boy am a play. Oh, the boy. I am a play. What for? Oh, the boy. I am a play. They want to grab it.
Meza I am great.
Oh, the boy I am a peg.
Amasa. All pie and down for any knows I want I didn't know to worry about. Because make us say, oh, here go back with the NRDO.
And your pressure
the season I best start. I bet hey, you be come back 12-4.
Where?
Very ask enough for you buy a from
fancy season never basu. Would have to kakra we. Shade. Memfa ska. Ulusua.
David. A show.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
And me say a bit more daily bread no. Be very cautious.
Yeah.
There are times I do baby so on what so. No we jai no up baby atena kakra because we are wadrin say edimi bi bedi ahyemu a eno kran na ma de no kran waso be ehye tinya botre season ne be hye ase no calculate unioma ye sisi usika pebi ade beto nchen ade bedi djuma learn to do more rollovers dan so be wadrin so the one cd kwaje kufu ado pay da bi say djuma na to de bia de we ni pattern de si won mebu ba ko na betimi de one cd akodi kufu ado pay it wu ya ade anu ma woni ada ho no ma wadwuma da ho fan ye mpe story bia sa afi we ye be wrem no bia be text na me de mi school fees akotwa da bi jai sa de no
Physical,
oba na be boy amania ye mfiu
say we
school wa wie e na unya ntoa so biem sabi nyansa e ya de a e wo so otimi fa na de bon ho bra
okay do gas no vin shishiman and so testament so no so tie
oh shishiman ti boys ne de ya da mas setem bia mo ne tina mo amudi atem mo amopɛ ya asem mo amudi achi mo amohwe ye show mo nyina ye ma mo good morning ya da mas sede bia no mo ne ye dey etina ya da mo bruta onya da ye kra ye dey
ya da yenkɔ enim
fancy me say I've come to understand the entire footballers retire and also more retire free football more and to be a young pa moving from the top of your game now odeba form no and to be it's not easy to accept reality say baby I'm a level edrunye heading now the biggest example in recent times David De Gea. I don't think David De Gea was able to get over the moment that Manchester United decided someone to mean into Asubim. I don't think so. The ATM be to me say na on team get over that particular decision by Manchester United someone to mean into Asubim. Eye kwan wa fa so what na 15 months. Abra no nya na adwen so betimesi akanda ma any other club. The ATM na David De Gea entimi nya club enkosi akan fa ma no eye nyoma mienu. 1 Nisikasem. 2 the level he wanted to play at. David De Gea failed to understand say baby anu waduru no na oba form na on peja ni musa okosoro a obenya top club ya kwakoda. The closest we saw a transfer of David De Gea for Manchester United was when a fax machine issue ni say Bobo and Luis van Gaal Real Madrid no me interested in signing David De Gea.
Yeah, Mohano.
Fancy Obia had David De Gea. David De Gea is a Premier League winner. David De Gea is an Europa League winner. David De Gea at some point in time became the most decorative Manchester United goalkeeper. Wabon more matches. Clean sheets so Oka rankings now no sasu shimubi. You can never talk about Manchester United history and take David De Gea out. And that moment came in hand when maybe he thought say he could have gone to Real Madrid, won the UEFA Champions League, and maybe one way or the other become the Spanish national team #1 goalkeeper for a long period of time. The key to becoming a top goalkeeper for the Spanish national team is to be playing the Spanish La Liga. When you're outside the league, there's a lot of questions that is raised. But David De Gea kodru ye ne mna na oba form no. The best thing Manchester United did was to part ways with him. Baby, I mean Manchester United enya dream aye kwa omo fa so ni David De Gea antem ye dey.
Okay.
They could have planned it better, commit major no quite better, and they could have done things so much well.
Some passport.
When Manchester United bet him faso, either so bet him a man 1 year extension, but you let him understand say on your #1. Nisika no so beti so beti asie dia obetina. Otina then you give him a proper send off. And now say anka the decision should have been made before the FA Cup final against Manchester City. So the beya or baba bi kan na so obibi ya why dey why in the last home game and second point and Manchester United akobo that particular final. Omanye and terminated na David De Gea tenefie. But after 15 months, David De Gea back to come and play for Fiorentina. Nisika no je over 20 million euros. You see what is so 2.3 million euros for Fiorentina. Masa sika no unya said na wo peno. And the way I know men cost Saudi because Saudi would have given him that particular amount of money.
Me say I will be on so yana boys no bebre na nyeska you be on more spend it on extravagant. Typical example here Eden Hazard. Okay say in Mikel Obi podcast no crab akobeka say Hazard didn't Hazard who retire on hand home ko Saudi because there were teams that no more Saudi. No man ko made in Hazard pension pay. But the player was like, no, was it Mikel, me menya me sika uni me dada ya Chelsea na me no bia me spend to car and papa board den ne sanu man so obu on ma bibia is ka be no bia ne ska ne here
fancy on say ono so not one no de ma mienu ntia no peso be movie skala na man for the brain no because people were not ready to overpay him. So if you are looking for a club that could pay you, Saudi for a bit mama size cano. They toss you. If you are looking for a club that is very much competitive, David here you are not going to be a number one. That is it. You are not going to be the number one. Apart from these maybe top 10 clubs, from 5th to 10th for number one. But I'm so happy for him. Say he's now back doing what he loves best. And you know me expect to say A B I'll best struggle with one. How are be sharp because what no fiache or you training there but professional game and training are two different things. Fancy the Maria how our sharpness and reactions bet me according how to handle the pressure and he needs to be very quick in adapting to the game as soon as possible. Kwaksa can be crampan ko erosi ka bet my second goalkeeper and second bet my third due to your quality. Me I believe say among Manchester United goalkeepers some better goal post me with the best shot stopper. Oh boy, I'm more shot pana David here ni. Fancy the Maria I'm say English Premier League and in the last few years, I've not seen a goalkeeper at that level. In the last decade, it's a shot stopper for David here Obiano or Beno. I'm not saying it's a goalkeeping in totality. I'm being specific. Shot stopper.
Say be a
shot no be nobody in the last decade. And a bit me David here there be Obiano. But now he moves to Fiorentina and I wish he said Obe accepted the fact ni baby awujina no wetimi abon ho modern. Yanka bi anhim. No bi anim ho hwe.
Some passports.
Yet he Chelsea assigned Pedro Neto. There was no rumor, nothing came out.
There.
Now, Wolverhampton Wanderers ankasa no. Omo sheda Enton player kese bebrebe at this particular season. Sama ibaye. Max Kilman ye wusi won moving from Wolverhampton Wanderers akopie mu West Ham. Now, omu team ni dem say ya Portuguese are next because the kind of players omu ban the football no omu bono. The club in itself, no say player ko honum na sa sheda fa man sa. If there's one player that has proven us wrong, say ana club and the to be a performance empeja, emiewunu quality wo mu Vitinha. Emiewe fi say Vitinha ba Wolverhampton Wanderers. Oba en wa sheda hunu ball no su bebre no ontimi mo. But the nay, ye career simu playmakers are or maji omudi ko the heroes and make you self in terms of omu age, page omo hodi omoba into their performances now untimi Vitinha and Vanis in chain in the Champions League.
Champions League no cry.
The money ne so. It is when you Pedro Neto. Adia ma Pedro Neto, the money mono anya consistent and from Wolverhampton Wanderers no because of injury. Pedro Neto ankasa no onye wo winger oye extravagant say obema of 15 goals a season debi. Pedro Neto enye wo extravagant winger obema of 10 assists consistently every season debi. One wa 5 no wa go 2 no wa 3 injuries etete akoda no, but it doesn't mean he's not a potential and a quality under a good coach obetimi apija. They must sign in way effect and a quay the match house in the Among for be raising questions say what does it mean for Noni Madueke? What does it mean for Cole Palmer? What does it mean for Mudryk? What does it mean for Raheem Sterling? The entire players 5 where I able Mudini say Oba Chelsea are consistently on the wings no. Sanya Mudryk a Sterling. Anya Sterling a Cole Palmer. Anya Cole Palmer a Noni Madueke. It will become one number 5. Angelo Mone, the other guys at Chelsea, of course, I know about me and Ramidika can plays up to Chelsea. May there are some of the signings have been minimum to yes and your man and no one change. But in context, in terms of your discussion, surrounding around Pedro Neto, no, fancy you would understand, say he is that particular type of winger over here in your team because 1v1 situations on your scared to take on players. Number 2, on your scared to make crosses into the penalty box, and number 3. Or a good in terms of decision making with the number of assists to me in the last season. A problem, the workload. Chelsea bought the Conference League. Chelsea bought the FA Cup. Chelsea bought the Carabao Cup. No more about the Premier League. Managing the times to help akoda we no eya ade ba ko a meji tumi say Chelsea will do it well. But adete through pa e ma Chelsea supporters ni wogidie e wo de ekoso ni nyina the signing of Pedro Neto ne yese ye hunu ade a Enzo Maresca eye Fatau Ishaku. The team and Leicester City no not omon build on attack mostly from the left hand side. In the history of the Premier League, the last decade has proven to us say a lot of teams mako 20 number Premier League now. Emu bear 15 to 16 no omo build on attacks and also create a lot of chances from the left.
Okay.
And a few clubs and they create attack from the right. For example, Liverpool through Mohamed Salah, who is their most creative player. Manchester City creates a balance with Phil Foden and Bernardo Silva fitting in the right half spaces.
What
did they mention as no? But okay, the other clubs now left. Tottenham, Son Heung-min, Manchester United, Marcus Rashford. Check. Do na free left. Chelsea supporters they come on my dinner the attempt on this telling and he say a far left hand man has telling the boat to go.
Was some brutal selling. And open video be an American say chama war.
So having Pedro Neto gives you the right balance in making sure that you are not going to create from one place, but you have two wingers that could stretch the game for you and create enough for you. Me ade ode ye Fatau Ishaku Nkwentino. I believe Pedro Neto could be the man to look out for, and the quality signing me Chelsea iron in this particular summer. Signings at Chelsea di kan na me fancy di me asha se ntebe no dosho. But this is one signing I believe they've sat down, analyzed maybe analyze what they want to do, and they will give in all their best. The question comes in say why a bit me a free team? Say no ni Madueke wa peja modebo mo ba beshim. But there's a lot of games. Pedro Neto Noni Madueke will have his fair share of the game. But another question it brings about is now are we going to move Kopama out of the wings and bring him forward? Say Ombebo as the number 10. This is the time for Kopama to be exploited at his favorite position in the number 10 role. I will bet him But as to say Chelsea will go with the 4-2-3-1 is also another question. Say 4-2-3-1, and that means between Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, one will always have to be on the bench for Kopama to come in as the number 10. Even Dewsbury Hall could be used as the winger. It will come with the 4-2-3-1. Obetime use Dewsbury Hall as the left winger. No, I use Neto as the right winger. Kopama as the number 10. They have their striker, they will move. But it gives him a lot of options. When Enzo Maresca and Timi and Tutuma and Timi and Bibi and Frima na subeti because they are giving him the signings and every single position Chelsea. So when you're crying two quality, Gusto Reece James, the left hand side bench Kukuea.
Or you crown so Renato Vega.
Or so Renato Vega or centre back, but they are Chile, Tosin Woho, Disasi Woho. Me, I'm saying say they have every single position to play. But as to the quality, no, and bringing the best out of these players will solely rely on what Enzo Maresca will have to do. Good signing, and I believe what he did to Fatau Ishaku no betima yeduma. Now Juventus and Nyomana Ekosuni the talents Rian. Let's not take it as a joke. Now the Premier League spending power now has become so much immense to a certain extent. Say West Ham to be Juventus Gini player free him. West Ham when Juventus so baby how? West Ham in Champions League in Juventus. Major trophies been at West Ham Aji. The only time when we say West Ham Aji a major trophy was the Conference League Omoji and David Moyes. Meboa. Standard, pedigree, club value, Bibia onto Juventus. But the spending power of the Premier League, ama these clubs no, push it towards the Italian teams. Ano musi si omuchinchimo musa deje. Fancy. Adiana Italians they put the English Premier League teams in the pie. Adiana friend sporting director. Italy phone him so Muniska, but they made use of sporting directors to a certain extent. Say in squad building, they were the most important factors in these particular teams. It's the most popular sporting directors within teams. Need the best of them. No, Fabio Paratici mo, Giuseppe Marotta mo aye bobo mudi ni nyina no. Any penny for Guintoli mo makwaji jumedi omudi nyina no. Because of their influence in these teams in getting deals bia boa bedo almost squad building tin e de bo mabaso. Giuseppe Marotta back of Hakancha no goal free. Shade Omaye Lautaro Martinez wo Inter Milan team nim. Ye betima bobodin with the kind of players o makov Guintoli nya de kura no. Guintoli nti and you win Napoli born who more intimidate the Italian Serie A. Shekivita Kwaraskelia, baby, Mokofan in the free buy and the pricing. But the English club has become so smart and they almost so adapted that particular style, bringing in sporting directors. West Ham was sporting director. Club I know a catcher known to be Manchester United. Or Monete line. Said yes, let's forget them. Any David Gilmour almost did your Mujuman, but a new crano or Massissa. I could find one at the Naba. And then Monchu Aston Villa, Mebois. Monchu Aston Villa, no. Manchester United mo also more sporting director more than neighbor. Let's not forget about the likes of Chiki Bekistan, more director of football, more Manchester City. Arsenal were do Meboa. Chelsea Susu or their own sporting director. Arsenal, ye bini na ne Tottenham Hotspur mo krampo ananu ya Fabio Paratici issue ba o masa akofa foforo the number. And there is Tim Stedden. I want so born on home more than say West Ham betima fan into my party efra. And they had to take their sporting director to travel to France. Ke first na, ke West Ham CEO and director be na betam phone. No after oh mo mane ma. Oh, but if you have a sporting director, he knows the extra mile to go to get your player. And that is what they did to get Todibo. Juventus need Todibo agree 5 million euros a year.
No quite no more year.
No more year. Wafa fly to Akko France. Or say there be. This is how we want to do. And the amount deal ni breakthrough na buy say Juventus say I that's optional, but obligation to buy any sell-on clause for West Ham. Omo the number. And look at the team at West Ham obede. Could they be competitive enough under Lopetegui? Now this is a big test. Yenim dear Unai Emery be with Aston Villa. With Aston Villa, the kind of players any sporting director moko fama no. Any the kind of resource or deny, no. Aston Villa will so moka. Lopetegui betima ebiana. Because Wan-Bissaka deal near very much closer. The only difference between Wan-Bissaka and West Ham, any Manchester United, no. Nay, Sky was a Manchester United, Chama Wan-Bissaka money free or the
Sports.
Says he can also Manchester United between and they are close, very close to agreeing that particular. It's in a Wan-Bissaka on your part of Manchester United team or more de kwakobo air community shield, no. And your press in Bia.
West Ham.
West Ham Nintia and no person very risky. And this deal could have been done a long time ago. But fancy, check the difference now. If they should strike it, or more Kilman, or more Todibo, or more Wan-Bissaka, or more Emerson Palmeiras, or more Kudus, or more Paqueta, or more Alvarez, or more Jared Bowen, or more Kofa the Naba, and no more Nicolas Falcao anymore quality. Tottenham Hotspur so much may replace Sulanka and may price in the English for a broso. This is overpaying. But Bianco can once say overpaying that.
Okay.
Oh, but he's an upgrade over Richarlison.
Any more dear.
Any more dear. Any more dear.
Oh, Mate. But as Meza, my main prior Vera so ansana my dear Michael Asarebodu and so every woman. Vera say we find there.
Fancy Adam, we are fine.
Arsenal away Jason in the home.
Arsenal away Jason.
I know shipper. I just when I more launch here the toast what Obibeka says and this colors.
Say Kruma and the but we are drinking and no one among for
Calamona de Calabai.
Yeah, one. Maybe I want for be beyond the zone doing como. The Sasana
some passports.
This is the I feel nice. So then as you down who's you but I feel
where then the NFA for no master.
And she down. Yaman was say Chelsea are more bra. Previous season, be as a Jesus and Nike for the Mamma.
Someone takes the other come will see as an HS the design.
I know, or green one.
Home, no, I.
If you want to take inspiration from Chelsea,
that's a matter of me a champions. I'm going to cry fair.
Someone takes Timberland. We almost say no man, and you know, no matter the year. But Juventus, you're branding in high, Bepe Morata ko no ye brand ni na aye no a because no wo ho na bia adwuma na wo ye na man for gidi is ne ho afunu nipa ndie bia nya na man nko but he was doing one of the difficult jobs Italy with Juventus aya na enye easy so we to committing some players to come and play in the Serie A Serie A no be bre wo form
some passports
ne TV right any how one put who league now form to convince certain players on BC account of Muna and Edding. But I got your point in time of Juventus. A man for GD is an ho afon woman in Jina Onko. But to call Inter Milan no. Yahu adwuma kwa kwa Inter Milan. For signings or more. Then time what guys players ne could be on Juventus. But now you no one can do but if I know what tenacity and negotiating anywhere din komo Simon no be can. Tina Juventus signing free players. But say free players ne ba no ba board the match me fan Chelsea. Or call Inter or the be my Inter and now so all kind Inter they are competing all front.
Because what me for Marcus to run free. Ofa Marco Anatovic free. Now afa one problem. The banana no you so by besin koyi. Said Jacob
of free.
Yeah.
I remember
for Mediterranean
so free. Do you have a silence all year now? The last time now Mr. Bodu can someone for me when almost steady Bepe Murata. He's someone a Jumano when Nima Jumana Tia Jumana say and not need BBA shim and a oye. Turam di now to go pay Turama. Sika be tia for Turam and easy. On budget ya 2 years, but I'm for any free. Into one now Juventus bre and Juventus and who some fast war. Like Nelly mo buy or some man ye no we any one decision or take ya. Aha Juventus be seen there and into me find him feet. Nanka ye pre-player and as a West Ham bit my boy and this offer player that Juventus in some it tells you the kind of position that Juventus war. Anyhow, I see a yenoma. Now you look at Juventus team, no, who be a direction in them. A woman's manager, a young manager, but my judge say, man in Kuala, so fine yet, bet me a Jumano. But Juventus anchors are clearly, you go see, said, no, with me bosses in it was so, no more just could get to Nesano. Now, to me, can be, yeah, Baby Bockram for one come favorite home. It tells you be a baby drew and a Mr. Wina may be do be a drone, and no more taking that decision on one casa on my mistake. Gently, Najumana or any dear. Usia fe no besia to besia to a certain level and then otimine empanimfo na tenase atimi adi nkomo we mu no mane Perez mo na rubbish shoulders o ndi ankasa betimi hu over the years experience o manya ntino braye brand ye because wa bre family Lopez abon ho modern wo Olympic games na say
super
Euros obon ho modern kakra bi ma yehu ye but a wrong time the man of Barcelona of course the position na obo sensia no yakofa omo aba o yakofa omo aba Gundogan betimi abo Pedri wo ho Gavi wo ho Frankie de Jong wo ho imagine say some players we na fit e available Barcelona family Lopez e coin
obviously question o
wa perform ye e born on what and so Euros na time ana emu aye den e da ma Pedro Prai no e omo na be shame. And we saw Omo how he perform here. Na yakofana babasa. Wo Barcelona. But that position here, who the Omo aye. What boy who modern wo aye na 23 ho. Why are there? But ye who na a senior side, ye who the Omo here and now he's now miss. He play no. Gundogan obetimi abo. Ndi I think say wa born ho modern. Wa kire ne omo obetimi aye if given the opportunity. Because be last season Samri now or pretty so be Rabasa team on the ball the 2023-2024 season. Now it's my program. And I enjoy one of the best summers I've been in terms of national team football. Euros and championship. This is something that will see so forever. Pep Guardiola mun a year be in 1992. Or my try so meet my be no mun timi and now Spain a team and then Kola mun a year. And adia ba kwa the spotlight Barca see omo off season no players omo ball mo den the Euro championship pass and Olympic games nim and any I don't bet me ho come now and omo ka ho asem because omo kwala and a take show a take tournament no by storm omo kwala the baby ball tournament no ye hu yama no mo be Euros na say a man for one that chance ye call Euro 2024 no over kan o mfa yama mamusa mo be fa tournament ne boy Lopez and so I bet na 23 ho into some players you mean no akere basa for nso mo future ba family Lopez there at this point in time we pie ba mi say wan pie ye we betima ya as a kwenka mo de ni bi so ho omo buy no mo pie ye but omo no mo bo omo nim no wo ha no mo level no wo soro nti be bo wase wo saa na e bi a watima free Barcelona team no watima akoba yofofro nti I think say wonya ni ye but ezile mbe yedin kakra de amano e bi aye so bo mpa reserve player injuries ne beba more e da ma di yon mo ne Pedro mo ne Gavi mo ne bia bo sa empire no ba ye team player o mo empire sa na man nsi nti wa pie yie but this time no Barca dem say o be twen kakra ansa na watimi abo awuram na den na Spain for yiye ya yentimi hu ho asem nkan se wo ha se
asem we almost say no I'm say somewhere last week me hu peace be war I'm say and feeding so na quote no was like Zidane ka say da Spain for best sorry no football we are singing on to imagine or see na Spain for ya dibi na da Spain best sorry am be sorry John man so no football we are singing to na adwuma na mpa
se Sarak be
na nkwada ni nyina
yes se Sarak be boa yan se o hwe nneoma ye bo we are see Spain for ne kura wo mo a enye yize o
Sharks am e o dominance no
hwe titles as I say Spain national teams in the whole the UEFA Men's European Championship 2024 no UEFA Men's Nations League Olympic champion UEFA Men's Under-19 Championship FIFA Women's World Cup UEFA Women's Nations League FIFA U20 Emma UEFA Under-19 Under-17 Under 17's World Cup ne cha omo enso UEFA Under-17 Championship ni na Spain na for na ade and so how they seem to have that kind of a nyomo and the air juma omo nyoma nso me free sa nyoma no enu ntina de la Fuente na be Spain juma no because they believe that he's someone with momo system no because no under 19 and under neighbor now wa ye juma o hwa na wanya nkwala do mo ye juma yesterday he was at the stadium ni so ya juma sa boys we asan ye na Spain team no nkwala o mo san wo. Let me say 2026 World Cup. Spain for
wait, say the only title missing from the World Cup.
Yes. The 2026 World Cup ni year because Spain for no the way almost see you and attention so that new almost so but almost see my that level of performance in the I think they say show me and say there's done kind of more sorry and kakran because so share Euro 2024 team no or had just under 23 championship team now it give them hope. That no ye at the moment. Omo betimi ya de omo say the way anoma see ko and La Fuente san head coach a wonim how obetifa integrating Kolan into the senior team there. I think the Spain for be hard that thing. And omo team no enso a bright future. Copa man na bie punama aye Julian Alvarez o.
Sam.
Copa man bie puno no. Na fancy. Akola to say Copa ma. E bo under Pep Guardiola. We know Pep Guardiola and how is he transforming Kuala. And Kuala person born under Pep Guardiola. But Kopama decided to there be Menko is struggling Chelsea. He went there and performing. And the first season in competitive football, all but day in, day out, week in, week out, he performed for Chelsea. We saw what Kopama did for Chelsea. For him to decide, free Manchester City and coach Chelsea in the crown was one hell of a decision. So bet Nasha Kuala. Obana Pep Guardiola. Herodaya Fodi. Nteno krab yen susu dia dem say there na metena bia metimi anya biabo but he said there be mamenko. He went and he was a success at Chelsea. In the Alvarez tenacity. No, he said the last two seasons I was here academy team one refer to Manchester City. He's giving numbers. But there's a certain guy one no wias one I say no boy no be say chance ni bi. But the man nso obeche and onye na adwen say obetena fie mpem bebre. Le hala nya na nso obejabo ne bo usua. Ebi kura na wo tena ha wonkyere nya bi mbosa it will get to a point be pay mu mienu but nipa wonu na ye team ne ya ne in terms of number 9 ne sa attacking role no Erling Haaland so emena so timi ko because he's giving them goals last two seasons 49 games and he gave them 17 goals and sister last season 54 now had 19 goals and 13 assists or man numbers no and baby okono obekwa akobo no homode na watchma keka ne mabum be ho na okono any manager no akobo under here no so ye one question amafo buza and ono so this time around oni any excuse Diego Simeone oni any excuse se sana
season be start bia sana ye kano ba season be kona wanya hwe se Simeone ayade what say say Atletico be pamo Simeone how many years ni almost every season
yes eba manager say o wiase Omusika sempa no Simeone gina he
oh yeah
sika Simeone je no enye ho adwuma na oye no o de say Sarak nya ayini wo Varas food and
he was the highest paid until MC manager bi na ba be in a froze na no here as Jose also obiasa
and that top and from last two seasons he go no the most high paid manager we are see and now squad na ekura no ene nyoma wanya no on team excuse bia squad we Ayi potential lineup or waiting there see a kind of 2024-2025 season. So that this squad the good TV so untimi my any excuse. So ultimi kona koko ye jumano. Because now you have almost CT system. So look here one guy 195 cm or height no physique now ultimo here in your strikers. So also Bobo no we munku or fit perfect as what me the amount. Oh, quality players in your midst everything that my juma and ya fin and be an sunny haram football no. So attacking machinery you need not to be playing that kind of football. You know, on when I want to me this is the time where on done in Sakakra. Because a book game now attackers we not say no more foul the more. In the game, moment mama goes no. This morning ni excuse be this time around no. So to me yeah no my year. But more mama reska juma pa o. Mo wana juma o. Manager will free Leicester City abana more top players man sound. Is what that now.
I was say man headache. The amount of varieties to choose from.
Headache ni bo here wo headache go. Because 5 fingers are now akomya yo mo adwuma. So be nyam be and it just but Mr. Boyd is just telling the woman nko.
Why?
Mr. Boyd is just telling you ntina.
Mike, where I find it?
Yeah, Hiano.
Who Hiana?
Yeah, he will be needed.
Sterling.
Yeah. Now I don't know Sterling kona Mudryk atina.
Omumi enu nyina akra.
No, so if somebody should leave, it should be Mudryk. Sterling will still be very crucial. You need him. Mena mekade
Sterling.
Season is start here now. Obedi they make an idea. Say season is start here. Sterling is a player you coach. Sebe football like you know. Nyankopon amane dodo sa. So you coach him. He's a coachable player. Tino ye juma to no player has been able to work well under Pep. Wabra obe catch him say player and he coaching him and ye. Poch did not really coach players. Difference room. Your coaches are your teachers. They teach you and they want you to play to a certain pattern. Poch and yes type in be. So Poch they bring out the best in you in terms of one kasa natural abilities. Pep Modi and what they do is that they are they try to make you use it in a manner or more pay. Inti say a phone na wotra akoda na ye ja Poch there no obeja akoda na mana throw for no in onwa way. O the mami use 7 will be the best. Was the bimu throw 7 he say no more the dash be a trim. Good. Utmi throw 7 without the dash. Poch ye 7 no patrol for dash shame. O patrol ni say obeja osa. Pep there. Or back throw say throw 7 never dash trim. So defense is a woman no. Sterling is a coachable player. Maresca, one of Pep's disciples. He will teach you to play to a certain style. And that is why me a confident say it might not be Raheem Sterling's best ever season as a professional, but he's not going to have a bad season in Chelsea colours this season. Difference is Bibim. Give him a coach who teaches. Sterling will play. And this season, he has a coach who will teach. And I think he will be better. Mudryk, I think that he needs to mature. And going away from Chelsea for a while will help his maturing period. He needs to mature. In this period, you know, away a better toughen up a bebwa. He needs a different environment to cope. Intina me say so be bekwa and Mudryk no munko. Nan come for football and share about the match as if you are me for some far area. You see, Yawo nyoma bi akekabo ma obi betimi a great manager. The technical know-how, the application of the knowledge. Technical know-how ni de wunim. Application ni de wunim no how will you see enya results. Ana lack. Sa nyoma mi saying tie honre wo mu baako. He has a technical know-how, but application ne wo form. Ana onsanso ni lack. Henry a Belgium under Roberto Martinez, they had one of the best teams. With a little bit of luck, Belgium should have won at least an European championship or even, if I'm being very bold enough, the FIFA World Cup
2018.
in the year 2018 said the Okano. But But what did Henry do? The technical know-how, he was able to bring out the best in players like Romelu Lukaku. Henry, any do nim or no, one or Bobby. So he learned from the best of managers he worked under, including Arsene Wenger and even Pep Guardiola. Then, when your experience no sounds to kosunyai. Osunyai no, or the account only playing experience no. So Sadia ne buanema. One thing Henry does and does best is to improve players or more individual abilities. So who bibi wo sa akomi ani. Henry who say akomia betimi ayade we bi kra na akomia na kro hu ye. Say this wadi hu no. He's able to effect it on that individual. Then it improves the individual overall. Sadia no onimi pa.
Because 2018 World Cup ma Lukaku njine ni muankasa.
Yeah.
Belgium for a defender no munya bona. Obehu Lukaku on the right wing.
Exactly. So Lukaku's off the ball movement.
Yes.
And this he said in an interview. No more coaching or Lukaku off the ball movement, making runs. Then Lukaku's awareness. Or say idea about Lukaku and say chances ne there he will every striker be say chances. But there was one thing about Lukaku na omu improve here. One, the awareness and off the ball movement. He coached that into Lukaku even when limited time in the Belgium national team. But who improvement, you know. So Henry is somebody who improves players on him side and that vision no and no but fancy. The overall coaching aspect here say you don't just coach individuals, you coach a team. And bobo na there were several in-game scenarios it will affect your original plan or strategy.
Okay.
No maybe because so be a red card be a foul be a yellow card be it will change the outline of the game. Into coach here. You coach from the first minute to the 90th minute. Yamfa template unkotoni enjai. Sadene na Henry lake kakra. How to coach games a problem. He can coach players but cannot coach games. It is a match ne koswa. Who said there is a certain partner Henry team no a kotiano but ontimi nya ho hwe. So obo say Henry team na be bibia e yo no ne players no sise bia na obi the individual brilliance be about the outcome of the game. But that pattern will flow and Russia final Nibia. Spain on my left channel or especially on my left back no. He was constantly bombarding the French right. There was no antidote. There was no antidote. So Henry cannot coach games, but he can coach players. And until after the game, I caught to Facebook say he's a legend in every aspect of the word. Football achievement, being Henry Wenyebi. FIFA World Cup, UEFA Champions League. He has been in the running for the Ballon d'Or, was the top scorer in England, went invincible. He's won the Premier League, FA Cup. What GBBia? Then Obiye so Obiajutum said the wealth of wisdom and the knowledge Henry were in analyzing football punditry. He's excellent at that. Obia Mbeno. He has sporting investment. Club ni investment count. He's a part owner. Into Oriye football, he's having an excellent off football career. Dear Mimi Jidi says Henry Betimia Yejuma in active football related to technical aspects now. And now I'm so vision in identifying things about players in the and sporting director, technical director, one more than coaching. Coaching, you're born 90 minutes net day, man. But sporting director, technical director, he will be able to identify key potentials. He will be able to bring out the best in players and a bebuano. So the import of my post in a match was simple. He can't be a great coach. He might be a good coach. I'll be saying, of course, a final or just silver medal. Please, Roberto Di Matteo, Champions League for Chelsea, but it doesn't make him a good coach or a great coach. So achievement, and the dancing on the board, the know-how, the application and luck, the aspect of Di Matteo, there was an element of luck in there.
Yeah.
Henry need luck in coaching. Henry knew how to apply in games, but he has a know-how, so he's able to coach players. But unfortunately, he cannot coach games, and that is why I think a focus on anything but coaching football, Henry will be excellent at that. Team USA asanso akoto baton atwene. Oman to antwene I mean can say the baton issue edi omunya. So fancy there's a record. Yeah, since 2000, the USA 4x100 meters relay in Mema have not won gold again. The last time they won gold was a year 2000 Sydney in Australia. No muji gold 4x100 meters. 2004. They actually did not win. The gold medal went to Great Britain. And the USA no settle for silver. Their last medal has been that. They are the team of Sean Crawford, Justin Gatlin, Kobe Miller, and Maurice Green at the race in the moment. Now, Omo Shea Nim say Omo be break his jinx way. 2004, Omo Deba. This is what happened. In 2008, they did not finish in their rate. Hit ni one or more drop your baton into a man qualified crown final. In 2012, they finished second to a brilliant Jamaican setup, almost to 37.04, beating that record they set in 1992 when they won gold with 37.40. We're number 2, 37.04, but they won silver against a brilliant Jamaican setup. I was saying communion silver medal, but for doping issues, into Justin Garland. You draw most medals ni na omentimi anje. Then in 2016, they were disqualified again. Baton change issue. Then in 2020, fancy the US team did not make the final appearance in the heat. Another baton exchange issue. You disqualify them. Enra, what happened? What happened was simple. Again, baton change issue. Shadrach, my pictures, you can see clearly Coleman is making advances towards the Onobeko the second leg, and that is Bednarek. And to Bednarek na circle no he is already on the loose. There are differences here. Check it, all the awaiting athletes now on more triage baton. They have a certain posturing and a certain arrangement. Obi or triage baton be out there checking here. Yeah. The 1, difference 2, 3, in USDN is the strategy. Or set it off when it doesn't even have sight of Nipo de Baton Breno. It is a strategy. A strategy. Chris Coleman he's already taking off a good run. Ne split nebabua with the time and now. The only thing Bednarek had to do was the synchronization. And Bednarek ne aware. So Coleman bedrew. So you count. Ebi or Benwa 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No extended one sano. That did not work. And what happened was Coleman was coming at full speed. Bednarek is thinking more about how Onobe start to know how he received the baton. Onomoko Bompe. And it's all the picture for Frotoswa. You can see so Oma Bompe. And during that time, no. Coleman efini lane nim eba the other lane and one to disqualify omo. A strategy. Fancy, you can have the fastest athletes. And it's a football. You can have the best individual players. But when you have the best team with the better strategy, they will fail. The US team no more lining up no. They have good individual athletes, but if you pair them as a team, their strategy utilization is poor. Strategy no benya. But so it becomes a problem. And then they do till now. Because this 4x100 meters, it has always been theirs. But in recent times, Jamaica for now so there is pressure. And there is that pressure to always deliver. And no any idea about a creative tension. It created that tension state, at the boom, then eventually they mess up. And only idea at the US team because check here, Embano. 2012 they won gold, 2016 gold, 2020 Omunya silver, then in 2024 they won gold. 2020 no Omunya silver, and they lost to a brilliant Jamaican setup, including Sherika Jackson, Ellen Thompson, Hera Thompson. Then you have a yearway, Miami wifey. Oh,
Why
Jamaica. Yeah. So clearly, yeah, Fraser Price. So the issue is the strategy of the US, it might not be the problem, but the athletes executing the strategy really might be the problem for them. And I think they need to check it. The last one, Nayan Fakus Nintuja basketball. The Dream Team AJ Gold 1992. Now this is how Olympic basketball improvement in terms of a more money US competing, because as at the time at 92 the Dream Team never G Gold, no, there were only 5 active international players in the NBA. Fancy year 2024 as we speak, 51 active international players play in the NBA, and some are even stars. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, or MVP, multiple. There is the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, or by Olympic Games will be representing Greece. Then you will get Luka Doncic. He came the last time. Also Bestili show kakra, even including a triple-double against France. So the NBA has been open now to more international players who come no more better or more talent and more skill. So now, said 1992 no international players ninya NBA exposure now. This time around, they are getting the exposure. So it means that the pathway to success will not be so easy for America. Because now Bostis our league near the best, no. You have other foreigners coming to play your league into almost send you see it here. And to say US ne Serbia will give the USA a hard run for their money because there is Jokic in there to facilitate. Or NBA star. Waji NBA championship ni be there na betreno. So it is telling us said the dynamics now first in America dominating basketball, winning huge margin. So no. Now gap ni close because you have more in there. Now this game offers us the past, the present, and the future. The past ni there. You look at the big 3 for America: Kevin Durant, then Steph Curry, LeBron James. They have played over 10 years in the NBA. LeBron James got in the 22nd season. So 22 years and counting. He gives you quality. They offer us what the past was. LeBron James was at the Olympic Games in 2004. 2024, he's still at the Olympic Games. It is telling us something. Then you look at the present. They are still part of the present. Because to me, in the context of the NBA, even FIBA for 2 above for more MVP. No, LeBron James was in it. 4 people voted in favor, so winning the MVP at the Olympic Games. So he's part of the present. The same applies to Kevin Durant. It's now when say Steve Kerr say he's considering starting him.
Yeah,
there is Steph Curry. You can't discuss the current without omitting him. The most recent feat was the 36 points he dished out against Serbia. The present Nibion, you can look out for France Fono, Isaiah Cordinier, you can look out for Victor Wembanyama. Cordinier bomber Virtus Bologna in Europe, Italy. But he's solid. He's their top scorer in this Olympic stretch. Then you can look out for the future. Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards near there. So this will be a game that will offer us a glimpse about what basketball will be like. Post LeBron James, post Kevin Durant, post Steph Curry. Why not Ebabe taking Montano for US and then when Benyama becoming the face for France? So it is going to be an interesting one. But this is what I have here. Subplot number 1. This game will be about Joel Embiid. So shout out a picture on Fantoso. Oh yeah. So almost start here. So Embiid start pe. So almost line up na omudu team US wa. So omoba Embiid di obetu who am way na me mount. So omoba Embiid deep obetu who boost nkwa. Why? There's a controversial issue. Embiid should have played for France and not the US. According to French, for almost say Embiid catcher almost say he would love to play for them until man a French passport. Then he became a French citizen. Then they were processing so that he becomes available to feature for them. Almost I feel almost free or move on few move. The almost say Embiid say or compete at the USA. Until before no, the people of France feel that this guy they will need to make the atmosphere and the environment hostile for him. So for game 1, Embiid the whole turn da. Anything after the game against Serbia, or also catch almost say more good. Now Embiid, aside that aspect, the Beton game, contribution as well. He had his best game in this Olympics in the game against Serbia. 19 points. He had 1 block. He had 4 rebounds, including 3 defensive rebounds near there. The point is that he will want to continue off because on G Gold Nibida, the first major tournament with the US in here, he will want to prove a point. Say, or bet join the US, if he loses to France, it means that team and Kobetimi are joining a winning gold, one joining Omo.
Yeah.
If he wins, he gets to rub it over the French people. So obey mini game way. And I think with this kind of encouragement, it could potentially be his game. And how does he come in here? Defensively and then offensively. Defensively, he is able to play a crucial part in rim protection. He's able to intercept by making blocks, or he's able to intercept by forcing turnovers. Then he can also guard the big man or the France team. Rudy Gobert, he's been benched in the last way on starting free bench. He doesn't play. But in games, Rudy Gobert and Embiid dominates him. And then Embiid versus Victor Wembanyama, he was able to drop over 70 points against him. Wembanyama di usa or a potential. And too many Embiid nebwa. Then the American rotation also is very beneficial and huge. So Embiid a big center or be defended. So there is Anthony Davis who is excellent. So Anthony Davis and there is Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. So the Americans get more options, but the primary option will be Joel Embiid. And my prediction is that he's starting because of motivation. Then 2, when he made a repeat of the last Olympic final. The last Olympic final, it was France versus the US. Kevin Durant had 29 points, and it was revenge for the US against France because in the first group game, France HR US. 83-76. Into mucho 83-76. It was a game for Ivan Fournier. Fournier had 28 points. Now, America for almost start to the Olympics. Now, media ni bembe di tem kasaya. So when they met in the final, KD Bobby in the first game was Bobby. No cookie almost 29 points. KD will be featured. It is a Otis and Steve Kerr or Bestati KD. It is a memory he has. And it's because of the history or the connection he has in link with the previous final. Then the French team, Rudy Gobert might not start.
On a first play on your COVID by
exactly.
First play on your COVID in our basketball.
Now the French team have not been consistent, and they've not really had a great run to the final. In fact, Omone Japan is over here. It was a game they nearly lost. They had to win in overtime. A more game against Germany in the first group stage, it was very poor. A friend of me winning against Germany in the semi-final. I think their best game will be against Canada. Benekwane was Victor Wembanyama shooting. One problem I have with the French team, one or more turnover ratio. America for the so who be sure now be teacher boss now. They can't say for football terms in a counter. America for a perfect counter-attacking scheme. Now the French team averaged 14 turnovers per game. The ball 14 times. America have scored 17 points from turnovers. So if the French team don't improve on their turnover ratio, America will massacre them. The second one, personal fouls. France will need to defend against US. Now, if you commit more fouls, it limits you. To say the joker in against Serbia, US Serbia. On your 4 fouls, on your another foul per or chain, it tamed him. More fouls will mean the French team cannot be aggressive. A less aggressive French team can't stand the US. In the end of France, for them to stand any chance, they need to play like 300%, which I don't see happening. And the US, I expect, will give us an explosive start. Say, Vanessa, fancy. US baby need game by more than 10, 15. It might even be 20.
With the US
for a dominant US performance. A man money now. The US will win.
US for any upgrade.
A man money no baby. That is it.
Because almost started Durant, the other means say,
so the big three will start. KD, Steph, LeBron. Almost start here. They are giving you an efficient start. The mentality of LeBron, no, all him in peniful way, the experience way may start no more relaxing. They want to set the pace for Nkodani Bemua. No, almost have continue. And I'm tipping Anthony Davis to also have a great game.
Okay.
Inti US for never far.
Whoa, Mate, me that say, a large Baba Shai now where they.
Papa Nyakupadum.
Yeah, the course in the baba Mike, see, and I am breaking man as here. Yanko breaking me, banner about on bed to a coach.
Asanogo birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. Inti Yakoba member, my special birthday.
Okay. I large now where.
Papa Nyamiadu.
The last one no share me cause bomb match we are the chen am pa the chen one ma.
So when it ya. And Yemintina mama.
No, there.
Bibi so mama boom. So when it ya. And me so. Now when it ya, the baby man tia mama.
Sir.
Also na baby na me program I may and then we na about the crash of papa. So yes, ampa. Me see Peggy say and Cameba. And the boss on me banner me muscle. What I say? Yes, I still late. And the French phone Musura, French phone Omaba.
Okay, Mate. Yabeko breaker by a banner, Yababetua, so your Abu Diaby Diabirum, Ewofina, a large Babasha Watson and Kebabana, the old house and so no ordaining an Ababa. You crab by a banner, Yababetua. So this, and that's so a final lap. Young Combra.
One me tell say obano say woko Canada.
Oh, woko suku.
Na yesi ajape abano so okọ na so no de okoye adwuma.
Me say amanfo akọ no. Enya gro.
Jaye no hwan de won kọ saa no.
Oh, Express Group boya.
Express Group.
Yes, Express Group. Obia na nya bre. Be say otukwa kwa ama no ne de. Wo de obekọ simple. If you want to study and work in abroad in any of the advanced countries like Canada, US, Australia, UK and Germany, they will take you there. Let's say a visit. And now turn so we call Dubai, Canada, UK, USA, Australia, and Germany numa. What do you say? Ya Juma so what do you Dubai, Qatar, and South Korea. And if you want to write an international test like IELTS, SAT, TOEFL, GRE, and GMAT, they will assist you to write. As for labor, runabout wa and crying. Kanachi First Light, Tema Community 18, Lashibi Goy Filling Station, Sunyani, Silver House, our High Court, Tamale, Ayama Building, Yabe Tamale Teaching Hospital, Takrade Market Circle, and our offices. Our my baby, so telephone 055 555 0067 and 0249 000448.
Mamisha, time HH Heba Mr. Bina Unumi, and ya what dropa, a ya draw. Yadro say mani peduan kwamwa enya hoden na akwotia yare entwen yare ansan wakwakoto fire wadro na nom no abribia Kanoga Company Limited what the time TIME ebedwaso no wono a na the time HH Heba Mr. edia bedwaso akra wonyanya mfisia dumienu enum bi wo pemfo ene oba wo makra nufo enso enum bi time HH Heba Mr. Who benya bi over the counter medicine sellers any shop dodo na mu so pedodo to afre 0244 417669 0244 417669 time HH Heba Mr. Yadro say FDA adje edwadie nkratoe atum
the ones that now from toothbrush no why and toothbrush no ninya Ashford
na ninya Ashford dear not so evident no way
who that the evidence ben ninya Ashford toothbrush
oh sweetheart Ashford toothbrushes no you want different types she abena de ya moku hu Ashford Princess and now bra could do the so Ashford Galaxy what the na ira no so Ashford Evident media so Ashford Executive and now media no so Ashford Friendly
without Ashford toothbrush card
dodo.
My dear, Ashford toothbrushes are who do dear. Eya papa, eya moto. Ne to me ba dodo mi ye dani bia akwashisha ho. Ashford Prince, Ashford Princess, Ashford Friendly, Ashford Evident, Ashford Executive, ne Ashford Galaxy toothbrushes. Eya Fibo Ventures na kofabe daso. Etu phone for 0241 545 646 and 0200 600 934. Ashford toothbrushes. They will soon need.
If I shop, I'm sure you'll bag it.
Bra, and not to give.
What time you see about Queen Wayne and say?
Bra, said your time about Mister. It's your Jimmy me fearful, and not your back ever so.
Maybe I know this offering now.
Bra, so me cousin me the time about Mister one dance ya. We are singing now about Timinka. It is some malaria. Where do any time about Mister?
I never go, dear, and no matter what to me any deal. What do any time about Mister? A drink and your ma or bar waffle through. Dear one ma for down for any aquada when you fear to me, and son of the time about Mr. Draven. She's a walk hospital and answer lab. I'm what who said, oh, a 3D malaria be answer.
I also time me TIME. Time about Mister. I feel malaria fever be an ziva a woman. Even slap. Ubenya be at all, over the counter medicine sellers. Any herbal shop to do an FDA aji a judging cratoi at all.
Brakasa ya duabon waso a ne dwumedi wo nipadua biara pom den ene na brabo mu ne hie pa enye brakasa nko nuaba ne haban bi te se ko nsusu a abonwono ne dia akeka ho no kura enwanunu ahodo a ekọ animu yi ankasa brakasa ne sa nuaba yi binom ne akeka bobudi afa abefo kwan so a ye dia ye brakasa powder siesi nipadua na abakwa ahodo no ho ban afri mpani yade ne yade ahodo pi ho fa enkodate de ma baako freduane anopa ne anwumre anafa enkodate de ma baako woni nsuhie yeti anopa ne anwumre wobra wodidi awie ubenya prekese powder to Kingswalk Herbal ne Harrows Herbal Accra Okesi Drug Lane Dani Herbal Kumase Mensa Takrade Mose Pharmacy ne Greenlight Pharmacy Sunwane Cash and Carry Supermarket Asantwa Herbal ne Bibidro Depot Techiman Sewa Herbal Mampong etufo mfre 0550 19 15 14 prekese powder aduane san yedru FD ahwehwe sankratu mu agiatum
so wallpapers papa to OP wallpapers and American for amount so wallpapers decorative offices so fie and sorry say paps ahodo baby bia wo hia wallpaper de do djuma bia no OP wallpapers efro yama wallpapers be match blind curtains no best side lamps and so OP MR types or mark shapes colors ahodo ni nyina ubenya bia to na so ye ho se open LED backlight above flash screen achia and so OP mobi so open selfie ring light do phone beshem OP wallpapers and selfie ring light OP Kumasi Adum first floor Nana Kwesi Ajman building name Tafo GNTC building first floor Ana Chronom or barrier on the market and edian share so open wholesale and answer retail any OP any in so free OP our 0540 353750
Mama kwa baba gentleman dental clinic yedumadi ayedi ani say yebisisi wosen na yabo wosen ho ban ama wonum enso ati anase wosen animonyam so afa na ntuma pa efi fixed one no anase yetafre no permanent one no eno susum yesi a untimi entu bi eno ene efe no PFM bridge anase PFM crown afi yesan cleaning services oba ye profession mu na ye finish scaling and polishing se ebia enema bi ahyehyehye esen mu se bi okasa etimi mapampan ene ade ebagu na no oba gentleman dental ye ni nyina bi ewo ho gentleman dental clinic ye wo Koforidua Central Police Station enchen ho na wodru enkan so a ye wo nungwa na atomic down domekwa benya runabout no so ho na wodru takwade pipe ano traffic light na ewo pipe ano ho ye ni OGN bank na wo the same premises na kachiman so ye wo magazine market kwan so ho anase opposite AY Ahmed na udru Kumasi Abrepo Junction Total Filling Station wa traffic light na anihwe G runabout no wo free Total Filling Station na yabron san na edi ho ye adwuma free eda joada kopem eda memeda witimi afre ya homa no e wo 055 913 9582
mede ma breka afei na mebe twema ne me ya wansa na makofi akofo kwa ha ju area ha dodo anokre na wo kan no me de misuo kra se nsuo beto ina senke beda ha o
ye beda ha enne ye just sisi birthday ensa mi kodwem kodija amebe ne aduane ma no hello
sisi
Ukunu birthday ni say eba so. Me de mani ato bia ne so me need the whole day. E ba be difufuo.
Ah, madam, my sense. Fiti anopa. Me sinye masa. Afei na me twen amanawo. Me wi amakodwom akodidwa. Ma brekra.
What you see? When him say high sense washing machine. Hey, and na ye ukunu special day. Or the aduane for party na nyumre. Na bra showroom asesi ana me nkyerɛ WhatsApp.
Ah, me nya idea no. Me va sesi a. Hey, madam, my sense.
See. Ah, what bantamo?
I hear traffic be anymore. Nada was saying.
Me see, way any Series 5 smart washing machine no. Make a WhatsApp. Washing machine and no one app. E si niema emro. Temperature this in sentino. E ko mo nkitinkitin nyina afiw niema nim. E mani da hoye kroje. Ah, Series 5 wey dia e de ne ho. Nti afim be mo eno ayi pie. Emma na siesie enye din. Si woniema no. Na dwene wanyinam kanea ho. Nti enwo kanea ka. Wotumi programming S5 smart washing machine say. Enkekaye bi wontade ani. Ne beyi ni nyina kama. Washing machine ni programming na. Wotumi ya no smartphone so.
Hey, madam, I sense. Would you the best see me o? Mama ba ko.
Mama ododo. Hisense Series 5 smart washing machine. Ebesi echimu a dry in temper.
Enipa ba ko pe.
But preoccuping the African tax, what about the same of now secret to anything? Imboost herbal mixture. And only me secret.
Na dia na ye.
Na me yetu na ma keka e form. Ana police me di one dance say me say menye na me nson hwe. Na me so we no. A boost immune system. Ama say me train na me ntebre. Me timi di kama. Ama keka wodum so ekoso.
Me kura so me tai yale amama ye latitude me nya baako.
Eyeje na koso hwe. Hey, Spider-Man, what are you going?
Who for me kura chen?
Ubenya Imboost herbal mixture. Our pharmacy and answer herbal shops. Apim for any nkola omundi if you do mienu enom. FDA adjugede nkatwe atu.
The luckiest
star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah.
Here's to the friends who dialed star 712 hash and found no regrets. To the investors who struck gold. To the health workers who diagnosed luck with precision. To the tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. To the passionate fan who couldn't contain his joy. To the seamstress who turned her hard-earned stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now, here's to you. Your next big win is right here.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. The luckiest.
Dial star 712 hash. Now join in the luckiest winning celebration. Every 1st July 2024. Over dial star 712 hash. Now I can to take it through as a group, individual, and now even as a community. Now win is the prizes are cashier in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Now join in the winning streak now.
The luckiest
star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere for everyone. Yeah, the luckiest.
Yes, yemre na fe yemrem e wo fie na abu diabe aye krado. Sisi no ye beba the code no ebema wo. Abu ewia na mic e the code no abansa na large baba shai and then the headlines no ababeto. So this just so a final lap live on Sompa 93.1. Abu said bibia find here.
Oh, fancy bibia about comedy.
Afi o nyame adome ho ye pa afi meyi wo betu for ho. So more tie no me bebre me ntem de ana esem no mo nya akasa bia.
Okay.
Be 580,000 be wo betu for ho.
Afi.
Daily the better.
Ati wo bejiri
season. To mo pomba so me bring it. Omo pombe timi aba betua na prekona slip ne so a na afi omo ateka
aha edu be o pese
me pese be so awie na afi na me be chase wo na omo pom mfanya account no simple Mike unipa no or the simple betwe like the last week oba
pepra
aha ti be so preparate ya na say be on be catch
no so quick and all
aha me 580,000 Ghana cedis 5.8 billion and can you see ka wo
udi wum dada
8 na da so no onum dem de be
o de be dey
okay
o de be dey ara o de alo shaze week we ana
starting ra
oh the shaze
5 Ghana nam de Jesus can
oh okay mate
Monday be Saturday mo baba mfi aba be issue be am tu ko
okay
me de mu bie fie na no
mate e be bad do say just got by there obi akra man na asiri ni akomi abeba
luta
obi ama
me jollof e jo ke ti dey obeba okay so very come be proper we am be some carpet no we also be say green carpet ni bi o green grass ni bi no
obeba ya bo pay amount say be fa amount
me da say
me drum akoye mshi
me dia me pay 20k amount
me da me hu say beti u pay akobia okotwa basketball 0.5 for one dim as I would there is tell you say
okay Slim
me mau evidence
Slim famous video no say Jabi say abusu apede wo no mama ska so onkota daka finala ka no tika bu bata no bisa etwa na os na os mo de no the too good so o ma nduru kayeti o ba bia na wam say what was so bad say you are the last one we said no dey no cover no season was it nana ka fridge ni
as I get yes
o mo yes na na ne frana ka sikana dia ko twa beta
bi I do fancy hu me sit down me hu say hu pa ya kwana na aka the last bet na wadi a na basketball was 0.5 I didn't 0.00 me ka Michael ze me boa basketball fancy na kwana debate 10 billion 0.0 bi a shebi do they imagine adwuma na den time hey
for the video na Shadrack beat me Shadrack me so me dey WhatsApp broken so how dem Judy abodi local na basisi na ehu pa anti say bet responsibly ade ba kwa ma aye bet for the na den say omo be ka twose twane nyansem
yeah
enya ibia Shark when your video na me so de me emfa ne ayi kakra bi na afem na emra ehu oh yeah this koto funa da ka ba o de akotwa bet and say no be sa kofi ana so be dey
the iron no there
o de
ya suma no free ajo so say omra meto funa da ka na yenkosi nana
awaka fry mochiro
na oba na obi sending us ai so here us na ni mu de no this cano so funa da ka no say 1,005 1,008 2,000 echo
no sonny gu
and no convert 1,008 in gu the mobile money na see 10
was sunny
the gu also no so ti echo na game ni body no na the aka no so the fro aviator no ti play ni two back e too quick na last 200 cities na share nah, but towards I was hey nanaka free
all right yeah bomo de na yet me area fi 7 to also come pray to me area ma dia me no ka say gorwani HM Abidjan Potter Mazakes ladies akwa could ni na the CAF Zombie Champions League qualifier here ze no bomo de na omwetimi enya no de na ko akwa ko bu edwumetimi da ma man Ghana me zo mo na bomo de the maiden edition omko ekokote Ghana ni mu ekoko yi edwuma ne kama pa ma ne makọ yi per ma after no na omunia no mampem da ko a enso ko mienu ede to aso abako omunya na odo no kokobo the CAF Champions League ribinti nei here se niam abedida din edi amom no mo jom na aso abojuma na ne bia akoyi kama pretty mera mo enu fio here aso gina mu na ye ma asem ne kakra dia the Black Princesses guso omo prepare akwa mo Colombia na the World Cup no omakwa bojuma na ne mayo na din komo kakra era che Ghana fo yino mo komo mu die se no mo di jai
odin e obi a dream say obeko ka pena minyanum Ghana for e kono eslam mpai bo no ma ho mun support here.
The Black Princesses will be heading to Colombia for their World Cup. We need Ghana support as we are going to represent the motherland. Stronger together, princesses, higher we go.
We've been in camp since June and we are preparing for the World Cup. Since being my first time, I'm going to make my possible best.
So a bomb say like back from the people they say the cost
Eltiano ya commando wa richemo the Black Princesses so wanso atumuzampa bi bia de dana kwam kama peti mere mo hwena mo prepare akwa gina Ghana na mu na ne ma dade da menra wo Isbet Hotel Sunyan Importer Managers and Obono region and ado ani chema the Ghana Football Association president ni KTS Okreku on na pamfo kokoko shan central for ni didi nkomo ahodo na nkomo no obomo de edibiri for the Ghana Premier League asat now ye twensi benya headline sponsors bi ombeba ababe boy on the GP or no, say no bomb did in common chair.
We say we are looking for what we call headline sponsors. We say we're looking for 1 million. We're looking for $2 million US. In a realistic current time, it may be very, very difficult for you to have a company coming to you with $1 million USD or $2 million USD. But if you use this creative way and you look at your cost line and you start to cancel the cost lines with partners that fits that cost line, to say that at the end you're looking for 2 million, you would have raised 2 million. Alternatively, you're looking for 2 million. Instead of you giving yourself headache and saying I'm looking for a headline sponsor, I would say I'm looking for 4 partners, give me 500,000 each or 400,000 each. At the end, you'll get your 2 million. This should be the way, and this is the way. The FA very, very aggressive in looking for partners using this new way, and I want to believe that soon we will have many more partners joining not only the mainline football association but also at the RFA.
Eltiano ya command pimpa na bomb de retuja jeze ni otra baby na don sa show dem friends e otwen so bi mra mambe so wasen no ba beze 1 million anase puno beze $2 million de be den kakra ni na so so hwe na o strategize niema na se unya ba ko a no wafa no waba be partnership de amanya ba ko a wafa no bi a $500,000 kra beboa ama de operon so wanya na abo ama ne ma de ye pa etimi e de amamunya no nko a ene nkomo di ye after no o sign kasa etimi refa bono zone no on the no mo complain division 1 say fancy achichem yes zone 1 na any zone 1B na mo say o ma ya ma traditional teams no ria no mo we ni na ze brikuma sana di kanko na na no da bi United so no aba be so ntino okoko ruamo no mo ka se saade no omo nte ase ebe ya nkomo nsan kambom na enye te se first na na ombo na odi nkomo kakra de fa asem na enzo no se na obomo de cheche nsiri mu che.
You went to club in zone 1 division about the split, whether by way of competition, whether there's been a reduction in hooliganism, whether it's been cost effective, the answer is positive. We say, we may 1 or 2 clubs, we can say that this is a fact. But today, every club in zone 1, division 1, is competitive. These are facts. Yes, there may be some troubles in other zones. Did you consider the frequency of the troubles? Did you consider whether the trouble that was reported indeed even happened? Did you consider the magnitude of the troubles that happened? We saw blood, moja, not at one venue, not at 2 venues. So you a leader, immediately you need to act and control. And then when you are able to also provide other needs to bring healthy competition, and you're okay, then you open up.
Tiano ya command fancy obo die says azon no nze du bebi na edem pa de na esre ne se edu bebi na teams na obono no ele afolo no mo ne show off na nya edi etimi ba se week obo zemienu ba be ball obono na yakoteto mo ahwe omo na omo su teams ni bi cost show ale yakoteto omo abo omo nti edu bebi na wo se chim o si ebisisi wo bebi de boron de na no wo sa na mo jani ade ntino o jirize ni omo de aba no ye den aba kuminu be kan wase bro jirize aboa ama nema no abrasia ebo ama nema koyie preti merama after no enonzo ono na ejuma na oba be no pesese ne okwa yebebo ni din na akwa ese waye die bi enkai duma eda ho ebeka so Mr. Ketiezo kreku ne mpenzo na aduwe ni ya de ebebo zo opeso ye ejuma bi a ebe ma na ese da bia no nkofo be kai no enonzo sei eno bomo de kasafa
for being a very, very honest leader who stood by his words and delivered same at every given opportunity. This is how I want to be remembered. For being honest to my football people, to my football family, and doing what I always promise I will do.
Tiano ya command your bomb de rejeche zampa opese ondi no kremo mo na nkofo mfan kai no so kaso adu obe na so no waye boama na madadi impera ma after no osan ka said for ma football no be on Ghana ya ma football no fanso utumu sa peja pa ohwe the league no kremo final no said nkofo sipu kokore ni omo hwe no online utumu za no e de na no ma football no say no bomb de di nkomo fa.
The FA since 2019 down to 2023, and from October 5, 2023, have placed a lot of premium on the development of women's football. Our gradual investment in the women's game is there for everybody to see. Our singular decision placed the women's game on free-to-air TV has brought in unquantifiable benefit to the women's sport. From 2023, we have not only developed the women's football strategy, but we have step by step taking practical steps at implementing the strategy for the full benefits of the women's game.
Etiano ya command your bomb di erefa ma football no atumu zampa oba ye omo abojuma bo amana ya kono no a odin command wodo na mjiri se mresem na beba na aba bewramu etimi edi amana ne ma dede nyambo chna orwani HM Grace Manche omo cup no ejipene na ewramu 3 p.m. pepe girls accra to folk ejoma na so no mo pando Heart of Lions etimi edi abonia e game onsa no be die papa or the Accra Sports Stadium na no night of the game no and Central Folk ko share didin koma coach Abubakar Watara ane Franzia Chagani e baba beto aba ranzo no ne fefi ha ne agrikosi ade ana ne wakasa de afa ho ze e wo se nyina ekọ ne ekokoto aba na sumdie mu matu maka obia no mfaso ni so ne ade ana coach nkomo no dila alaji kazi coach abadi e cheda uni obere so ayelo tiala ola be chere gara for la le komo lo di elo e se mu e de fazi yeti kakra
for election who is coming every 4 years to fight to divide the Ghana. I think you are taking the wrong way. Let us be a unity after election. We are working together. It's Ghana. Ghana is Ghana. No two Ghana. No, only one. and I think the politicians can understand. When we play the football after the match, it's a fair play. We greet each other when we live. The Ghana, the elections every 4 years. All the parties are working together. But let us take this opportunity for charity cup opportunity to bring everybody together. I wish that for us of folk fans to come together to help us of folk to go far.
Etiano ye ko na coach Abubakar ta abomodere to ya cheze o se has fans na alaji mun kan bom na momwa na moma hasin ko manim na bibia nko ye pen fam on the about no 4 years bia na yeto na ball no kro mubo wi no ma show ma mo strength mo bia nko ye gidigidi bia ni ade na FC Samate su guso mo babo ma confirm ze nyambo chena o mo bo international game ba ko e wo Togo Lome na o hwe se de Man City ne Samate friendly match o mo betimi e dia bo ania o mo team e from Moscow di car and the ebebweni 4 p.m. no china etodwa ewolom mpatemo ti ene cheze we ni Africa no eno omode eboabo mo ho ano omode remo Cameroon abwa na ne madeda ye pa etimi era mo krobia Kumasi Asante Koroko hihye afansi o mayini yeze no owura mo team na so ya acha na otwi bia na se na otwi mienu no omo ba be show mo train na so adakuja ache ebema kwan na 15 minutes in central for ababa be first 15 minutes na said the MSC kono yese after no so no yebesa makwa players no omode omaba no oni omodi yese ebe na otwi bia anase na otwi mienu ntem bia ati no nyambo na otwi ebesim na ebe sha ase na omode aye djuma na abo ama na ma dadie da matim na no player omo ba yon kofa kenzie ba ko omo ni team a ye from R Football FC anase Rain Masters Football Club na where say the city na mi room no na korokwa abo mo miensa ama matimu ba ko Rain Masters Football Club ni di kan koto twede kan na kotoko charge e na emeze djuma na ehu attackers ni nyina ebogu su no say netie abetamo a wasan hye biem Peter Midu akwa wasan hye biem na Saka Dauda ono so asan ni bia ka ho ntimi room no na sa prep ni sie na okokoroko maso e wo omo fan ba ko bia the team ne dana koma so ne ne mo ye de mo na no adi ni de French chama odike na chama room nra kokoya ado e de mo chama nguso kasa na sanjija no ero sa mo $400 so mo nje na omo fam pay ne ma no de aba so no didi nkomo a chiro mo no se no obo mo didi nkomo no chiro mo
na sesiaro je coach na mu me sade $400 asa ka ho se di fi abo fa mo de
Ati chamo dike no na hwe awaye ne kama paade amabo after no na Frederick Asari ono na captain mo gina mu da chama se na Asari ne nkomodie no se no die de chama
players na name na because that's very I'm sure because there why am I so in I shall say for last week and telephone this week so no say people be at the kind ntino ejina ha birthday your bomb pie say yami insha na count na bi dia baby an enye insha na mi nkunindi ma woni obusu afo nyina ntia ejina anya ya ka say edase
ati anu ye command na ise chairman ne birthday no oba ba be rama koroko support aba be sare fefe no etimi ede amomo anu ede mpa am se fidie ma kofu mi nu omu birthday benzo omu dia ohu hwe ya sai bodu ni akomia na chairman de ne de ode romo krobia aso ya akoye ne kama pa ne ade a ebo ma bibia etimi ekwe na fanzi yambo a Friday na orwani chiemo takwati ne stadium no na yebi no kotoko ne mediama ede bobani vice chairman de ma mediama Samuel K Saki peimpana kasa ahead of the game no na say na peimpana no abomode de nkomo ne jaye
the 16th yerbo party ye ne kotoko ne yen obo ya no eleka kotoko a Ghana team akese bi ni pe kotoko na has wo metai ne chi akoma pemu obiara kotokoni se party nyi o mediema ni ha wenwa na nje na kotokoni wo na ofa akoma pamba tai chi na ye mmompa na mediema nse kotoko na ye fe mbe party na yakoye nanim na ye se kotoko a ye ni ma na ye ko ye nkoye na chi da mediema never give up
di chama no ze Francis adene ba mu no si na da so a o se wa fe o si nyina we da so enti nyambo a Friday we are and you hear them as Adana Takwa Bay dead ni Adiana. BB to me a quick KG on also under 17 Abana, we are Western region Eastin, a Bomo, a Camino Momutimi, Etimubako, T. Emize Jumadi near the Pim Sonia, the Adena, you anyway at Mariana, I'm fancy near there, but meditate is out to folks only Dennis Corsa. Yes, you're a Samates player now, Captain, as FC Samates or Moncrani Binono. Na ni wasan KG on wakwa boama Western Fona kwa Jenny adia to you asuru si dia sana as a busumi mienu ntamu ni akra trophies mienu zami go moji league no kan squad no e na wasan de wababe captain Western region team no e de o ma baba beje we na boama na makoyie pe team e de mo nti fancy course aso metete ze out for na release no me say e no ye reporter metete ni adia ma alaji ye ya
some passport
alaji de ne headlines ni na de ku me pae ba ku bi tam na e be ko World Cup no na squad ba e la da de ka holo alaji betra lo me headline bi fe or see instead of kata takwa
say kata
takwa instead of takwa
wo Mike
fancy
me course na me bra la na fe nhwem na nsa na ba be fa your course no
fancy mame we she yawapia Shadrach yawapia enti Shadrach wa name no se menim se onsa ka picture na enti okra yaw Sanogo, and there on a birthday. He's a fantastic gentleman, very great personality. Now, an interesting perspective about life and divinity. Quite of us who we are say, Abraba Ebo, and soon we are saying, he has an interesting perspective around it. But overall, he's a wonderful human being to be around. And that would dear from Team Nina, you will show a happy birthday. Nyakopon egusua oye wakuma swadi ane dema obegusu no atuaso inshane beba. Then we pray for the best of health. Bibi anko yensum fama. Why? Inti happy birthday. Code number 1 C2 10
CCF Mr. Aya Betway emebusa mbibia
exactly Aya Betway Ghana exactly
Omamboy Huka
C2 10 CCF second code C2 12 1B3 C2 12 1B3 exactly. As usual, Betway 2 for say gamble responsively. And our undi 18 years please do not bet.
That's right.
And one.
Can you answer? Open cramming to your footway. Trying to say open trying to be a. I want to know where.
Papa, Yamia don't fancy where pa.
My most many uncle.
Yo, fancy. Simanum. I'm sure they're not about one common age.
Remember, if I can because Oba and Obeka, Monoko match near Fala, and I'm Busan Salaj. I'm fat, was it? Hey, a poo, a better than family Boawanka.
Chum better went to there for 1 minute to come, mamma.
I don't know how much you
see Chumity. Almost story.
Okay,
you vote. Papa, me that say, because of Foka, your name Heart of Lions, House of Folk to lock cons with Heart of Pando Heart of Lions. Now, Miss Nyankopon say ochena ankwara ni firo mu pem na omntimi nye bibi ma House of Folk cause na no di see ewe ye ne Bechem United no yidika bo under 17 sada no ena Bechem so ayi me fa say House Aroras ena Bechem so enkwada sa ena House Aroras lusu 1-0 ena Aroras no sa be boy ena mo de Patrick Asmanum, some senior players beer, Omen has a training in the town and has a winning 2-1 and about May Timunum. And Moody players be to say a bright team would affinity, almost so individual players and also has almost done. So our players and so become home. At the end of the day, 3-3. Supporters and I know more day. Omo uti be more chances are, nature say, Uncle Yisa, a mass of folk. Tina may bomb by say. But what's any Heart of Lions match in a day, Omunti
na buru se bebo a wo ni fifiri yam so nyame ya dum na kire mutimi the heart of life for etiko ka from there ene anyway mahu se tire no betu yie de tusu amfuturo ni wisie ni akire nti kina yempe na bia coach Abubakar Watara wonyere no ho woni koda nan kasa na we the match na ye ni ahu Accra Sports Stadium enye ba bia keke ni ntimi monhye na bragging right no ntimi ensamra na me aduma menu kasa RCC meeting koso wasem election beba so Ashanti region tete na ye chairman and the term of officer sukra pa ho ti say o man hye say na mu meeting na and mu di program la na bunya ba bebudwa na o pe bia organizer o pe chairman secretary so ti na meeting ba election committee on yibi na free Monday kono na dia ba betu yo bi a position bia wa Ashanti region RCC no mu bia no o ho kwan say o tim be fa form na hye wo akire na idiamo me kese meeting koso e wasem papa me say me ma me ko French for na ba o fancy people say no abriye aba botu go express aba Pierre Kone be die la proca aba na guru krom chronicle
mate yeti o
dedi kai abriye di wotie mi ye wo mo tim bia din salajela ma
asamanfu
wose club du Ghana Salamité de club du Accra la playa a de Molakouti au levoir de Moussa Dingra de la Côte d'Ivoire d'Ivoire
club du Ghana and so me ati asese kotoko
me dase
okay
on se asande ko fa player bi Moussa Dingra Afrique Côte d'Ivoire bae Marco Baka sa player no and has ko fa player bi su free Nigeria bae fen Adimola Kuti ene pipa no ye comparison me say Adimola Kuti no ene Moussa Dingra ho apa na asa eno mse Moussa Dingra na asa kotoko ni no when you pass a baller we break your fan na amono na furu kakra so wanyam so ba kaya sa na pipa na kanyam na meka ho ball no fa yes we break ball na afana na asa na wate ahwe nti wono Moussa Dingra na asa salagila ma asa manfu we Bontuko Express club du Accra hôpital attention le monde le soir à demander apportez-vous l'action was has yare dada nkoye o has yare dada no nkoye ha o ka kwa se o si ebisi po bi na no o mini bi Chelsea United no salajela ma asamanfu Pierre Kona bedie Orange Lagu Catellation Kafra Orange Lagu Catellation Compessoir Moutilako Obridier Super la paix Concosoir people say ucha nkagwa na usi dan Maka se ucha nkagwa na usi dan
anu chese
o si individual players na mato we wodi na mato wo sere vamabo people na ka nyamia o ka ko na mtwa so si atua ho nya atua na nka twom salajela ma asamanfu la proca na débat o se club du Accra Salamité de la Bechemois pour Malako tu dis quoi moi là-bas opération Kurukuye dimanche soir Tinio people no try go house of folk and now they has where pobi mai and where they treat rabaha and now where they became United that to right o ka kwa se wa o si ekuguru mponi ni ebeso a
house of folk
nsana people no ka Tinio where the house at to left no the pobi ma to infinifi and a treat na house ni became United boy no eda na mhwa so ha na ne sesu became United na ne obadan ka kwa se wa se treat ni ekukuru mponi ona unu se la French bosika no kukuruye dimanche soir
Ngalas baba shai
guguru mponi ni ebeso salajila ma
asamanfu
papa de mdi wie gono krom chronicle La playa, la Guinée, qui parle là-bas, tolation. Saint-Étoile, Chamis, Dimanche, oui, ça va encore. Yes, Goalkeeper bi every Guinea. Na waso what say Abu Dhabi. Ni structure no. Nti tima waba na wamo tim ni din. Players ni gina ho what did that? Players in that. Ni waste. So wo brane pa kakraka waso watele. People na say ye mfa kokuruku ni amim ka oda ogina de bebo da so. Wasi ye mfa kokuruku tintin brane ni amim ku nyina na de bebo da so.
We see anu anya den every.
Bibia o ne French for no nka.
Okay.
You was keeper no. Eso free Guinea. Nem club buy ni yo. Papa gentleman bi ewo swame ha. Swame mrante hene. E friend na ntwi bosi akon. Na ntwi bosi akon. Do na friend na bosi ak. Na bosi ak babi obi a baba sha mchia no nyame onchira no. Papa manuasi.
Okay. Wo, large me that say Mike.
Fancy
Sharak here now sound the code not to some one so meant me uncopying. Why?
I don't think say our much time, but let me touch on this briefly. Ora Ketokraku, the GFA president, Kasano, said he wants to be remembered for two things. The legacy he leaves, one in terms of how honest as a leader, Ghana for Behun, and then two, the obeya a fulfillment of promises awama. Now he will be able to achieve not all of the promises, but most of them. And me assure say, nyoma person ye ni vision no. Most of them will be realized when he is no longer the GFA boss. Okay. Good. It is because he came at a time na your football no suffer on various fronts. One, the negative public perception. So way about say football for sebe akrom for football for and kano kreni ade no ni no idea he needs to work towards correcting it, and it takes decades and even maybe 20 30 40 50 years to change the narrative and shape the perception of a certain group of people, because the Ubehu ye and a maudi to maintain and yes, Marco that's a uncle washing powder and bra, of course, it may to omo. But the next generation no more ban no more ban. Now they've been taught that you were different washing powders into your core bobo din for fro. Into any generation ni tremua. The next batch no me ban on carbon tin kokase or koto omo. Me pe so clean. Me pe a din be a war hobia. So differences baby. The same applies to other products. A DB any na popular na ye dia quantify. Ana ye dia friend. So sad ye no, it will take time before it changes. Into the next batch now omo eba after this generation, and how they see football will shape the conversation about Ghana football in the next 20, 30, 40 years. Si ebenyini ni ebete se Kotoko had a formidable team in the 70s, in the 80s. It will not just be because of a year near batch in the by a beka amiete. A time no, ye ma memo, ye papamo, no more drum youth stage or money the football. So they're able to recount Ghana football story no pair or more understanding. So as soon as you be in here, you better Ghana football in home come say at the actual more musudh. So you change perceptions in 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But with that time, no, now you how things will be. So for the Ketokraku leadership to cement that legacy, it will be about building a solid foundation. And that foundation, no, you need some in coast football. And already they started something. Abuya was KGL under 17. Very positive. Yenche FIFA also rolled out the FIFA talent development scheme. Kwaya fast wayete tinkoda omo ebobo emane mema. And then Ama GFA in line with it are creating the elite academies almost omo yebiawo every region. Ashanti region benyane die, Greater Accra benyane die. If these academies come on board, not a fully functional ni who so fast one fancy. Under 15 years, Oman 10 years, Obedi 25 years. So in the next 10 years, I don't think the Kweku will be in power. But see, any year, a son fast one ye behu. To say the Spain for Babeje, the Olympic Games. Ye cast ye call story, and ye call, oh, yes, 2013 or more baby, sir. Omon be win Olympic gold. A year McLaughlin Levron. Dear Obe J ye hurdles 400 meters. Dear Nania Cafano. Yes, see at about 2016. She started competing by 13 years ago. Jamaica ni yes or compete 2015 ho baby. You need that long-term planning. And any idea. So the long-term planning and execution, if it works, it means that this current elite academy dream will be realized in the next 10-15 years. Yes, oh, ayo penny way imreso anana pension ye yes idea we are ye nyason faso. So build a solid foundation and don't think more about and the many are glory ben ye betmenya. Yeka blasters nimbo me fan trophy. You win the trophy, it will pass. But what happens to the next generation? And every great leader biano, dia ujato ho, and yet dia obeye wabra oteso. That is how come people celebrate Kwame Nkrumah, call him one of Ghana's great leaders. It is because of the ojade toho. And today now obejade ato again, women's football. So under 15 girls in the year. It means that the young women's football must say, it offers signs of more positivity going forward. You look at men's football, under 15 boys, no about football administration, and they almost say some of the GFA schools, diaba, and you clubs creative business development portfolios and Tioko Samatesa Polanyaba a business development officer. Now clubs are looking at merchandising, any sales, clubs as a sanyo club licensing. So a peja as the dynamics around football administrators in the country. Referees, catch them young refereeing policy. If we are to see in the next 10 years, a Ghanaian referee will major international competitions. Yes, I'm free catch them young policy in GFN start here. So I want the focus. Yes, good. So I want the focus, the attention, and the investment to be in the grassroots, to be in building the foundation. Yeah, then Keto Kreku's dream said he will be remembered for the legacy he leaves. Will come true. But it's a great statement. Mate. Let's see the execution.
Whoa, Mike, me that say me fair course ne 0551931931 0548931931. Your fuck course kakra bina fe yamakwan ama sompa extra school fees and in the team and so ababeto so and so ediamao me so frɛ na so ben already awo ba wadaroma ya lower volume no TV no so ya dwom volume na fe yenkasa e wo phone nim. Hello caller.
Yes sir.
Opening yetio.
Thank you Robert.
Okay. Yo.
I have to focus on for no. Sundays in our moyano. Yes, I can't make a cable of America because okay, players are about how to focus to Medina. Now it's not I said, but in a player with no so there. What do you say? How to focus for no matter or American Mundi Mujuma from Mayana. It has to focus him. Because I am from this year again. Yami had me as a lady now. As a book, young Jokurama, a president, a company there, or to me as a book. So, African India, okay, let me get them a band of I say.
Whoa, yeah, I say, sir, Obaso, you have found the next caller. The other line, I'm saying, fees, Mr. O. I heard the other line. My mem say, I honor a jam, men fat for the same line. Hello, caller. Okay. Hello. Hello. Yes, sir. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello. Yeah, good morning.
Maybe I told you I can say finito.
The family and Mikashafi New Pagasuato.
Okay.
The Western Universe.
Okay.
New Pagasuato, what happens in the area?
Open it you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't pay Medina, I'm better with Basso Catara. La Hasselfolk, La Biello, Le Cody, to la Port. People no when the knowledge just has to look on we be and so encoye eti nobody na no man ma encoye madam.
Okay, whoa, yes, we are saying, I don't know. I like my match already. Oh, short to no, short in the bar. It's here. Jawadi is simple that. Whoa, line no. Okay, hello, caller. Hello. Hello, caller. Oh. Mr. was so friend now open TV. I'm so low volume. My meant you TV. No, yes, I ain't mean a bus. I delay or Darama, Mr. Oh, friend now open TV and all lower volume. No crime, my answer. Hello. Hello. Hi. Fees. The idea is Obana Babayo because I'm saying. I had dream power. I'll shock my mini birthday in a real quick now feast and number 2. So they did can happy birthday to Richmond Donko. 1 year 3 years and they're from Ofada school fees. Fees I say yeah sure what up yes. Oh guy brutal. I mean sure now on ton supermu your birthday so until Richmond Donko. Happy birthday once again. Happy birthday to Ma Victoria Dufie. O sunyan oba baiwa Lizzie and I say yeah show happy birthday nyame ema nkwatente ahoden ewom and a happy birthday to Majua Jamfua or Adwa to Adomenu we from Kwame Japan our Germany and I say yeah show happy birthday and yeah this feast Brian nebra beto aso ne fa Sompa extra and so bra